Hey. What is going on? Back for another R&M show. We got my co-host Mike, the legend himself.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Special guest tonight, another legend. We got Zach Attack Reviews.
Thank you for having me on. I see you almost said my old name. He was like, Zach Attacks. I gotta say the S.
Well, it's funny because when I was doing like the whole like link down there in the bottom or whatever thing, I accidentally put Attacks. I'm like, shit, it's not that. I knew he changed it.
I just dropped the S. I was like, this makes more sense. But thank you for having me, guys. This is great.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Welcome,
like
man.
You're always on, and I when we're gonna do this physical media, the first, one of the first names that kind of brought up was you because we talked about physical media on your channel before, and I know that you know the importance of it, and I know Mike, he does physical media as well. Obviously, I do a lot of physical media, so
You're my go-to guy for that.
I'm pretty much a nut, I feel like. But yeah, like I just, we wanted to talk about physical media and just like the importance of it and just like how it's like changing and everything like that too. So yeah, we started this, and I guess like we'll start with you, Mike, for like physical media. Like, how's it over in like the UK, like all set up and everything? Because I know we've kind of talked off camera before about physical media being a lot different over there, and just how it all is laid out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, firstly, I wanted to ask Zach, whereabouts in America are you based, man?
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know what you like shops you guys have maybe compared to Ryan in Florida and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very different in terms of like Florida and New York shops. Because, well, I don't know. Are you in the city, Ryan?
I'm like an hour and a half from like Daytona.
Okay.
So I'm not really in a big city, but I have to kind of. I don't really have like a lot of secondhand stores. I'll say that, like a few, but not much.
Yeah. So like New York has a lot of well, we used to have a lot of secondhand stores. I'm seeing the ones in my neighborhood starting to close down, which is making me sad.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
It's a bit different over here, Ryan, to kind of answer your question. Then it'd be cool to hear like your guys' differences as well. So of course, like way back when, probably same as you guys, had like all the supermarkets, your guys' grocery stores and stuff would be packed with physical media. You'd go down like multiple aisles, it would be stocked. But like nowadays, more kind of recent times, we've got like supermarkets have a few supermarkets have a very thin selection. Mainly, maybe a brand new type of Blu-ray, you won't usually see the 4K of it. And they'll maybe have like some DVDs. Like, Ryan, that one you sent me the other week, that Alice in whatever land it was?
Alice in Terrorland.
Terrorland? That was on the DVD section the other day in the supermarket.
I wonder what your price was compared to here, because here it was $10.
It was £5.
So that's $5 there?
So for every pound you get like $1.30, $1.32. So maybe about $8 for you guys, maybe depending on taxes and all that good stuff.
A little cheaper.
Yeah. So the supermarkets really, I don't go physical media or go look there because like it's not gonna have anything, right? So the kind of go-to for us is like either Amazon, probably same for you guys. We've got a store called HMV, which I don't think exists in America. Might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I didn't think so. Which used to do a lot of physical media, but like nowadays it has some. You still get the new physical media, still have steel books, but it's mainly like like Funkos and those kind of Japanese snacks and toys and all that kind of stuff, really. And then our probably main source where I usually get like a lot of my stuff from is a place called CEX, which is like what you were mentioning, Zach, like a second-hand store, which of course relies on trade-ins from the public. They do online as well, so if you can't get in store, you can buy online. You just pay a little bit delivery. So yeah, the physical media, and Zavi as well, or Zavi, however you guys say it. We've got that as well, so it's kind of sparse. I'll be honest, but you can still get it, but you just have to kind of source it out a little bit. Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, as I say, like here, they're like. So it used to be Best Buy was kind of like the main shop, and then they decided like screw us, which I don't know. Recently, I went into Best Buy and they still had their physical media section up. They're not getting any new releases, but they're just like whatever's left is what's left. And what's crazy is they're not really discounting a whole lot of stuff, so it's just kind of sitting there and collecting dust, really.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna slash prices. That would make sense to get everything out. They're like, people are not gonna buy these old movies that they weren't going to buy anyway, like Home Alone on 4K. Like, no one's going to sit there and pay full price for that, knowing that you're not going to replenish it or nothing like that. We're waiting for a discount.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like in America here, we don't do a lot of discounts like with older titles. It seems like like a lot of the 4Ks and a lot of like the prices kind of keep their value a lot of times. Like, now, Amazon will do sales, like, you know, if you have like a Black Friday sale or like a Prime Day, someday they will do sales, or sometimes they'll do sales, but not really all the time. Like, and the other thing too is, and I always tell Mike this, is a lot of times when the new release is dropping that week, I'll go ahead and go buy it. Now, obviously I can go on Amazon, but like if I'm at Walmart and they have it, I'll go ahead and buy it, because here they don't replenish the stock. Like once it's gone, you know? And they just move on, because the section is already kind of smaller in Walmart anyway. And then the other thing that drives me nuts about Walmart is not all of them are very consistent. Like they did that Steelbook section, which I don't know if they have that over in your neck of the woods, Zach, but only a few of them have the Steelbook section, and majority of the ones do not have the Steelbook section. And then some of them have gotten rid of the dunk bins in my area. They don't have those like $5 DVD dunk bins anymore.
I haven't seen those in years anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe if you go to like a dollar store, you might have like a little bit of DVDs there, but never Blu-rays, definitely not 4Ks. And the dollar stores are starting to close down, which blows my mind. You would think they would stay up because it's cheap, but yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, because like now it's pretty much like Walmart, but I'll give Walmart some credit. I did go in there the other day and they had most of the new releases, but I don't really think they're going to have like every Steelbook. Like I think you're going to have to pre-order a lot of stuff and, you know, hope it is shipped decently. That's another thing that always is kind of worrisome. You don't know what you're going to get it shipped in. It's not protected. Hopefully it's not banged up when you get it. So you take the risk.
I don't even have a Walmart where I am. New York City will not bring them because they tried to do it in Brooklyn, but they won't commit to a union. So Walmart will not come here. So I have to rely on Target, which Target basically almost got rid of their physical media selection next to me. It's like it used to be like 4 rows, and then they got it down to like one little table, and then they have a bunch of books, which I'm like, okay, I guess books are coming back because now they got the 4 rows filled with books. And then now Best Buy got rid of it, and I used to go there every Tuesday to see what the new releases were, and now I'm like, okay, where the hell do I go? Do I have to order this all off of Amazon and eBay now? I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate the wait. I hate the fact that it might not even be the item I want, and it might be dented.
Yeah. Or a wrinkled up slipcover. I've had that too.
Yeah. Or torn. Oh my
God. Yeah. You don't know what you're going to get. You take the risk. And yeah, Target's pretty much the same here too, Zach. It used to be like at least a couple rows, and then like they'd have a couple like end caps and stuff. But then so like the front, like now it's like one like small little section, and it's the front of the section where they used to have just the new releases. It's now filled with Taylor Swift vinyls.
Mine's too.
Like literally, I mean, the whole thing is filled with Taylor Swift vinyls.
She's here.
Then you turn to the right of the end cap there, and it's more Taylor Swift vinyls. And then you keep walking, and there may be like maybe 10 or 11 different vinyls. Like you may have like a major mainstream artist or something. Maybe like I've seen like Nirvana or like a few rock groups, and that's it. And then you go to the back of like that end cap, and it's more vinyls. And then you go to the side, and then there's just this small little side of like maybe like 4 little shelves with the physical media. And they don't stock the physical media every week. It's every 2 weeks. So
Wow.
I don't know how you're supposed to know which week they stock, but they do it every other week now. So it's kind of pointless to go in there, really.
Yeah, they just don't care.
So, and then they don't really do exclusives like they used to either, like Target used to. So like pretty much Walmart is doing the exclusive steelbooks, like for instance, like all the Marvel steelbooks, and you know, just like some of the bigger movies, like they did the Hunger Games steelbook. So not a ton of different options there. And then a few other stores, like I don't know if you have a lot in your area, Zach, but I know Dollar Tree still does physical media. They do just DVDs pretty much. An occasional Blu-ray here or there, at least for me. There's Family Dollar, and then there's Dollar General. They do DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't know if you ever go into there and check anything out there. But it's such a hassle to go in there and look at the stuff, because you'll go in there. Like I remember I went into one, like a Dollar General, and they just have stuff like just stacked in the corner, and like nothing is like organized or anything. It's like, it's just a free for all, dude. Like it's like, if you don't care about it, then just don't even bother like stocking it. Like it's just, I don't know, man. It's something else.
Yeah, there's certain stores that's just a free for all. Dollar stores, Marshalls, and Burlington Coat Factory. Those type of stores, you go in there and it's absolute chaos. No, the sizes are never the same. Like you go in, you pick up a shirt, like, oh, this is extra large, and then it's a small. It's just crazy. Those workers do not care.
Yeah. It's very true, and it's just unfortunate too. So, like for me with physical media, what I've pretty much done at this point, I've been doing Amazon, and then I've been loving going to Goodwill. I mean, the only thing with Goodwill is you have to really look at the disc and make sure they're not like scratched up. Or you have to make sure the actual disc is even in the actual case, because I've opened up some and there's nothing, or they put like a PlayStation game in there or something. So you really got to look. And not all of them get a lot of Blu-rays either. So like for me, I try to collect at least Blu-ray. I don't know if you guys like care that much about the format as much. I know some people don't. Like a lot of people are still on the DVD train, which I think the reason why a lot of people are on the DVD train is just because of the money aspect. It's cheaper.
Way cheaper.
So, you know, because of that. And I think also too, because that was like the first thing that was released. And I think a lot of people, and I've said this to Mike before, I don't think a lot of people really do understand like the quality of it. And like most average person, if you give them a DVD and a 4K, they're going to pop that in and like not really probably notice the difference unless they're really, you know, looking at it and paying attention maybe.
And even though 4K TVs are cheaper now, not everyone have them still. A lot of people still have 1080p. Some people have big back TVs still. And then 4K Blu-ray players are so expensive.
They are. Yeah.
And if you don't get like a regular 4K Blu-ray player, then you have to get a PS5, which is still also expensive. Like luckily I have mine. And I use this for different things, so that's fine. But if you don't play video games, this is a waste of money to just get it to play 4Ks. What I love about my PS5 is that it's region free, so I can buy international Blu-rays and 4Ks and play them in there. I don't have to worry about it being region A or region B, or if it's like only region B, I can still play it. Like I bought all the Dragon Ball Z movies remastered on Blu-ray, and it was region B. But it plays right inside of my PS5. Fine. I had no issues with it.
And is that the same for every PS5, Zach? Because I've got one
PS5 and Xbox Series X are both region free.
Nice.
Oh, you have one? Okay, so you have one too.
Yeah, I've got one, dude. I just I've always just collected Blu-rays of 4Ks in England. You know, I've never gone to America usually because it's very
Yeah.
rare you guys get a movie that we never get normally. There might be an odd one or two. I'm like, wow, I'd love that. You guys got a Blu-ray. We won't get like a DVD, maybe.
Most of the time, you guys get the special edition stuff that I would like, or like Beau is Afraid 4K went out over there, and I was like, "What about us? That's an American movie. What's going on? They still giving me DVD. Beau is Afraid. I want the 4K."
And who decides? You know, like,
Crazy.
who decides that? Like, who is like, yeah, UK is going to get the 4K. America, yeah, we'll just give them a Blu-ray.
But man, like Ryan, you know, like I was telling you about Pearl. You remember, like when I was telling you about Pearl? So Zach, like, when I went over to Florida in September 2022. Got to meet Ryan at the time as well. But I was fortunate enough to, like, you know, you guys had Pearl just come out there, right? So I had a chance to go see it on the big screen. Dude, it didn't come out in the UK on cinemas for like 6 to 9 months after that.
It's not.
And it's just like, who makes that decision? So of course you guys had on Blu-ray by the time we had it in cinemas.
It's already online. It's like rental in the United States. It's like I could just go pirate this at that point. Like, yeah, I'm in a lot of like movie groups, like A24 and just other like indie movie groups, and there's a lot of people from the UK and other countries in there, and they're always just like, I'll start a conversation, and they're like, yeah, I don't have that till March, and it's like November here. I'm like, damn, what the heck?
Yeah,
it's wild.
My friend just got, he lives in Australia. He's another YouTuber. He just got Blue Beetle last month.
Wow.
Blue Beetle came out in the summer here. Like, what?
Yeah, we got that about summertime-ish as well. Yeah. Or maybe a little bit later, but not much later. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
But Ryan, back to your point, you were saying about DVDs, man, like, and you know, about our formats and stuff. So, I mean, I usually collect Blu-rays and 4Ks only. Unless a movie's DVD, it's never got a Blu-ray or 4K here. But I think that what kind of factors into that, like you guys were both saying, I think it depends on the streaming services as well. Like, Ryan, we did the first ever episode on streaming, right? So, you know, Netflix standard is like £4.99 here. I don't know if it's like $6-7 where you guys are.
Yeah, that's the starting price.
Yeah, right.
With super ads.
And that's just standard Netflix, though, right? You're not getting like Blu-ray quality with that. You're getting standard. But some people it's like, oh wow, this looks great, you know. So to them, they're like, oh, DVD's fine by me, suits me to the ground, you know. So
yeah,
I think it all depends on the quality. If it's like people's educated or like Netflix show, like, oh look, this is what it looks like now, but upgrade for a few pounds, and this is what it look like. People might be like, oh wow, okay, what's the difference here? Like, why does this look so better? And then they'd be like, right, that's what Blu-ray is, you know? Because at first I didn't know what Blu-ray was. I was like, oh, it's a cool blue box. That's kind of about it, you know?
It also lets you watch movies for, like, so for example, like I like the intricacies and the detail of 4K and how like I like a great looking film. That's part of the experience for me. But some people just watch movies and don't care about cinematography. They don't care about sound design. They go watch a movie with shit sound. Don't care if they can hear the words. This is a great film. Like that's all they need. Like my mom had a 1080p TV in her room, and I was like, I gotta upgrade you. And she's like, why? I'm fine. I got her a 4K Sony. And she's watching her soap operas on it, and she's like, "Holy crap, this is a big difference!" I'm like, "Yeah." So I said, "You need to get a 4K," and now she's a better looking TV than I do. To watch Law and Order on, yeah.
But hey, don't realize but there goes Zach, as you said though. Per example, you know, you showed her the upgrade, and she's probably thinking, "Wow, why did I not do this like 2 years ago or something?" You know, but it took you to educate her on the difference, right? And I think that's the most important thing. If you know, if someone can educate someone to be like, this is the better for maybe a few dollars extra, then they'll be like, oh yeah, it's a no-brainer, really, you know?
Right. Yeah. It definitely makes a difference. I mean, because even like my parents, they don't know the difference between them. Like I'm just like, yeah, I got the 4K. They're like, oh, okay. And like I think the other day, my mom, she works at a nursing home, and like a couple of the residents want to watch Oppenheimer. Apparently, and she's like, oh yeah, can I borrow like your movie? I'm like, it's not gonna play. And she goes, why not? I'm like, it's 4K. She goes, oh man, I don't have a 4K player. I was like, yeah. I was like, it doesn't come with the DVD.
Man,
I miss those days.
I hope they've got like a PG Oppenheimer version for the elderly poor.
It's true, right?
Just
Yeah.
those 2 scenes.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that too. Yeah.
Because they're unnecessary. Like, I love that movie, but I was like, why? Why, Florence Pugh?
Mhm.
Like Florence Pugh, though.
I know.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
deny
good.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like certain little things like that. But to
Mm.
me though, I do think that a lot of times people could upgrade to at least Blu-ray at this point though, because a lot of times when you get the Blu-ray, it comes with the DVD anyway, and like it's only $2 or $3 more. So like, why
Yeah.
not? You know, you get both, and then like let's just say like the Blu-ray like fucks up or something, like you got the DVD
And it will play in the Blu-ray player.
or vice versa.
I think it depends. I think so. I don't know about you guys, right? So Zach, you said you got a PS5, so I'm assuming you maybe had like. Have you always been PlayStation? Or
I've always been PlayStation, Nintendo. Yeah.
right, cool. So I don't know if you ever remember this, right? But I remember getting the PS3, and when I got the PS3, it included a Blu-ray at the time, and like in the the package you buy from the shops and stuff, it comes with like a game and a Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the movie was, but that's how I learned about Blu-ray at the time. And I think
Yeah.
of like PS4, PS5, or Xbox had like I don't know standard Blu-ray included. I don't know, throw a terrible movie in there. I don't know, whatever. That could probably get people introduced a little bit to the Blu-ray features and get them into like, right, okay, wow, this looks great.
This is
Let
the
me
difference.
explore this format a bit further.
Yeah, they I think for what I remember, PS3 was leading the pack when it comes to Blu-ray players.
Yeah.
And it was like the most first affordable one, even though it was like $650 at the time. And I think this Sony was really pushing it when they were doing that. Because remember, the Xbox at the time, which I think was a 360, was trying to do the opposite. Because I don't know if anybody remembers this. There was a competition for the Blu-ray that didn't work.
Yeah.
So the Blu-ray player was built into the PS3. The Xbox 360 had an attachment you had to buy, and it was called HD DVDs or something like that. And it was like something you had to plug into the X, and that was just the end of it. Like once you tell somebody that they buy a separate attachment and plug in, you just killed your product. So, so Blu-ray just mopped the floor with them. And I heard that, HD DVDs. I heard that they actually looked better than Blu-rays at the time, but they just killed themselves with the fact that it wasn't built into the Xbox. So they were really pushing it, trying to get people on them.
There was only a few of those HD DVDs released as well. Like, going to like CEX, like the used store here in the UK, you might see like maybe 3 or 4 on the shelf maximum.
They're expensive.
Nah. I mean,
and Cal Daly, Sony owns Blu-rays.
Yeah, Sony was the leading one, though, Zach. You're right. Yeah. So they're pushing a free. You got a free Blu-ray movie when you bought a PS3. I remember. I can't say I'd love to remember what the movie was, but I can't remember.
Yeah, me so long ago.
Yeah. I also noticed with physical media too that it seems like VHS is still kind of there as well. Like it's kind of niche, but I still see a lot of people really enjoy that format. I personally think it's a pain in the ass format. I don't want it, but I get it for like display purposes or just because like I've talked about this before. Like I just remember when I had the little rewinder thing where you threw it in the rewinder and it rewinded tape, and I was like, it's kind of like cassette tapes. It's one of those things where you can't go back, and I was just like, I don't think I could do this format again at this point. But I get like the nostalgia for it, I guess.
Yeah, I forgot who the Instagrammer name is. I think it's called CAD Video. She takes TV shows and movies and turn them into VHSs, like premium ones that you can order from them. And they look really cool. She makes custom art and everything like that. And usually the VHS is a different color. So like, I feel like vinyl started coming back, and I feel like because vinyls come back, VHS is trying to make like a slow comeback into like a cult like thing. So that's cool.
Yeah, the thing with vinyl is though, vinyl does have really good sound though, because I've collected some vinyl as well. I mean, I don't really get every little thing. Like I'm not like that crazy about it, but I do still get like a few like my favorite records or something like that. But
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, like you're saying right now, like vinyl has good quality sound to it, like obviously better than CD sound
Right.
and streaming. Whereas VHS, it doesn't have better sound than 4K like Dolby and stuff.
Right.
So I think I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know if you remember this or saw this. I'm pretty sure Skinamarink released a VHS copy.
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah. I thought
yeah.
Yeah.
That movie looked like it was shot on VHS, so it makes sense.
I've still not seen it. Yeah.
I love it. He hates it. So
yeah.
But I guess as someone that loves the movie, it's shot like shit. But it also was made for like $200,000. So like of course I'm not expecting a 4K experience.
It's crazy that you say it was shot in $200,000. I say I've not seen it. I've only seen like clips here and there. But like the first Paranormal Activity was like 15,000, and I can imagine that probably looks better than Skinamarink. So you just think like, how did that cost 200,000? That was 15,000.
I don't know, and he shot it in his house, so I don't know why it was so expensive. They're so actors. So
probably paid himself. I guess I don't know.
I guess it's like this is my cut, but you're the director, the producer, and the writer, and the star. Doesn't matter. This is my cut.
Oh man,
maybe.
That's funny.
Right,
well, we got a lot of
comments, man.
Yeah, we got a ton of them. I don't want to leave people hanging. We got Drew in here saying, "Hey, what's up?"
Hey, Drew.
Oh, I want to congratulate him to get to 800 subs. Congrats, Drew.
Woo! Congrats, Drew. Well deserved, man. Well deserved.
Yeah, definitely, man. This guy is the legend of streams. Like in everybody's stream, I will always mention that every stream.
Every stream,
legend.
If Drew don't show up, you ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
I know I'm a legend when Drew is in the stream.
Thanks for tuning in, Drew, man. Great guy.
We got Easton in here. He says, "Hi, did you hear about the whole Disney and Sony thing?"
I'm actually about to cover this tonight.
I did not hear about it. I heard about Disney doing away with the Disney Club, if that's what he's referring to.
So Disney was going to do away with all their physical media, and Sony stepped in, and they're going to be doing this physical media for Disney now.
Oh.
The creation and distribution.
Good. Wow. Good. We might finally get Barbarian. Let's go.
Please.
I hope so.
Tony, I will forgive you for all these Spider-Man spinoff films if you give me Barbarian. I'll watch all of them if you give me Barbarian on 4K Steelbook.
Yeah. If Sony gives
Venom 3 is a masterpiece.
If Sony gives us Barbarian on physical media, everyone will go out and watch Madam Web. Make it a hit for you.
$1 billion. $1 billion film overnight.
That would be crazy.
I'm telling you, Ryan, I'm telling you, Madam Web's going to get a nice looking 4K Steelbook.
Of course
it is. 1,000%.
I think it's getting a nice box set. I thought I saw like a pre-order where there was like a nice box set.
Yeah, they put that up for pre-order.
Yeah. Probably. They didn't have artwork yet. I think it said like artwork coming soon, but it looked like it was a box set. I mean, I don't know. That's what it looked like, but who knows?
Good.
I don't know. I'm not surprised.
Who the hell's pre-ordering that shit?
You know somebody is. There. I will just say
I'll tell you who.
No.
Yo, that's true. No. Don't lie. Because you know how I know he's crazy? I remember he was like, this movie is shit. And I messaged him and I was like, watch you buy it. And I swear to God, his next movie haul video, he bought the same movie. And I knew it.
So I'll say this. I'll say this. Hold on. This year, and I've said this to Mike, I've made a vow to myself. I'm not buying movies that I do not need to collect dust on the shelf that I will not watch. So I'm doing more of being a little bit, pushing back towards like new releases. I'm still going to buy them, of course, but I'm not going to buy every new movie that comes out. But one thing I am doing this year is going to more of Goodwill and trying to find movies that like maybe I haven't seen before and paying like a couple dollars and checking them out. Because at the worst, this is the way I look at it. If it's only like $2.50, I mean, you would go to Redbox anyway and rent it for something like that. Now, I know Redbox isn't really much of a thing as much anymore, but that's what I used to do anyway. And it's cheaper than like if you wanted to rent the movie usually on TV most of the time. Because like I know like YouTube, most of the movies when you go to rent them, they're at least $3 to $4 at least to rent most
At least.
movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's cheaper, and if I like it, I'll keep it, and if I don't like it, I'll just turn it back into them and donate it. That's what I've been doing. So, so yeah, that's kind of like my plan moving forward for physical media. But I'm still gonna buy new stuff. The one thing I have been noticing with physical media though is since it's switched to Walmart, there isn't as much. It seems like hasn't been as much steelbooks lately, but yeah, I don't know. The releases aren't as. It seems like it's a lot of boutique labels. Like I don't know what you use to look up your stuff, Zach. I know you have like that one dude on Twitter. I think his name's like Physical Media President or something. I forget his name.
Yeah, I have him on Instagram too.
Yeah.
Him and there's like Dawn of the Disc, I know, and then there's a couple other people too. But like just their stuff, like being informed, and then I use like Blu-ray.com, and I always look at the new stuff. And a lot of stuff that I'm seeing that's coming out is a lot of boutique stuff. So
yeah, I just found a boutique store called Vinegar Syndrome.
Yes,
because I was looking for the Outwaters, see if it had physical media, and they have it. So I'm like, I'm about to buy this off here because I like that movie.
There you go.
Nice,
Let's see.
man.
Cinematic in here saying, Ryan, enjoy Ordinary Angels, bro. So good. Yeah, I'm going to go see that on Saturday, I believe. My mom really wants to see it. I'm usually kind of eerie about religious films just because sometimes they can be really cheesy.
I'm hearing really good things about this one.
Yeah, me too.
It was delayed, I know, and it was supposed to come out I think like end of October last year, and then they moved it. So
I think because of the writer's strike.
Yeah, because of the writer's strike. But I like Hilary Swank. So
I like Alan Richardson.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. And Sin says, Ordinary Angels was pretty good.
Hey, Sin.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that's a good review so far.
Yeah,
we got Menagio in here. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Menagio, how's it going on?
And we are doing great. Well. And we
hope you're superb too.
Hope you're doing well as well, my friend.
And he does have a question. He says, "I was just wondering, and for a while now, to be honest, do you think we will ever get to own? Well, I would like to own all the MCU Disney. Oh, well, you like to own all the Disney MCU Disney Plus shows on physical media. I don't think that they'll do them all personally.
So they did WandaVision and Loki, and they announced Falcon and Winter Soldier recently, and I think Hawkeye. So I think they're gonna slowly do it because I think the first batch did really well.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna just drop all that. I think they're gonna like, okay, let's see how they do with the two most popular shows because that's the two popular shows that they have. And they're like, okay, let's go to tier B, and if they buy tier B, then we'll keep releasing them. I think that's what they're gonna be doing.
And they did Mandalorian too.
Yeah, and then probably get season 3 later. They did the first 2 seasons already.
Yeah, I think it depends on the whole Sony deal, as Easton was mentioning. I know Zach's in, he's going to talk about later on as well. Because Sony is usually pretty good with the physical media, and it gets out quite quick. Maybe not so much steelbooks, but at least gets the physical media out. So yeah, Zach was saying WandaVision, Loki did well. It was, steelbook, just beautiful steelbooks, I will say.
Beautiful,
yeah, they are nice.
Yeah, and Prey as well. Prey is so.
Oh yeah. I missed the steelbook, but I got the regular 4K.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't. I don't think that was in stores at all. I think that was just like a pre-order you had to do, pretty much. Because I never saw the steelbook in stores.
Right. So
every time with the Best Buy, they're like, "You just missed it," and I'm like, "God damn it."
Zach, they probably never had it. Come on.
No, they know. They see me every week. They was fucking with me.
Well, what's interesting to me about the steelbooks is with Best Buy, and I mentioned this too to Mike before, is so some of the top movies sometimes they don't always have like a bunch of copies. Like I remember when Top Gun Maverick came out and they had like no steelbooks, and I'm like, are you kidding me? That was like one of the biggest movies of the year. Same with Spider-Man. Remember the whole debacle with Spider-Man where they did the pre-order, they didn't have any in the stores, they made everybody mad. They made all us consumers mad, and then they finally did a re-release of it, but they still didn't put it in stores. But you could order it from Best Buy and then Amazon as well, which I eventually did grab it because I was like, you know what, I'll grab it. It's a nice steel book, but yeah, just sometimes I don't know what they're thinking sometimes when they think of these.
I think they underestimate how much we want this stuff. Because look at Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
They didn't think that Oppenheimer was going to go crazy, and that sold out way too fast.
Right.
Yeah.
The steel book and the regular one. It was like 3-4 weeks where you couldn't find it. So yeah. I think they underestimate us.
It's stupid because, like you're saying, Zach, yeah, like Oppenheimer and Barbie, two of the biggest movies last year. Both of them did so well on physical media releases.
Yep.
Like those ones, you'd think, right, stock them to the hilt. You know, people's going to buy those.
Yeah.
But then, like,
why are you doing Transformers? 17 million copies in there in the steelbook.
Right.
Not one of the biggest movies of the year.
Right.
Why do you have so many?
Right.
Exactly.
Or the Marvels. They put the Marvels on steelbook, and they probably have loads of copies of that. The ones that people don't want, but the ones that do want, they'd stock less of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
might be
makes
the
no
distributor.
sense.
It might be distributors. It might be Universal. It might be Warner Brothers. Just not understand Disney. Because I noticed a lot of Disney steelbooks was in Best Buy. Like a lot of them just sitting there cold and dust. Those ugly gray ones that they made. I don't know what
I grabbed.
Oh my god!
I know, Zach.
I just wanted them for 4K, honestly, because I had one of those movies on DVD. Well, let me put it this way, and I have a pet peeve with this, is I don't like, the problem is with Disney, you know how they are with their slipcovers. So if I go buy, like, for instance, Snow White off of Amazon, I'm not going to get a slipcover with the 4K, but at least if I have it on Steelbook, at least it kind of looks nice on the shelf with the other Steelbooks versus one with not a slip, which
it's gonna be color gray. It's like so desolate. Like, how do you do Disney with gray? Like, Disney's supposed to be colorful and fun and hopeful and give you. You're looking at that like, I feel depressed.
Yeah,
literally.
I hear you on that. I know they're not great steelbooks or anything, but hey, I got the 4K, and that's really what I bought it for.
Man. But yeah, I think with Minaj's question, though, I think it's a good idea, though, to release all the MCU shows, because you're going to have people who's like collectors, like who just love physical media. You're going to have completionists who's going to be buying it straight away to add to the collection. Plus, when Captain America 4 comes out, they're going to be like, oh, let's check out Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's a lot of people who do not have Disney Plus. Disney thought they could compete with Netflix, and they hit a cap real fast. Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't think the Disney brand is good for streaming. I'm seeing it now.
Zach, we talked about this last episode, man. Unless you like Marvel or Star Wars, it's terrible.
Yeah, and even that, like, if the highest ranking show they had was Echo, and that's not even their most popular show. Think about that. Like, WandaVision and Loki was super popular, but they didn't rank high on Nielsen, like the overall chart. But Echo made it on there. And that's because all the episodes dropped at the same time. So everybody was just been watching the show. Right. So it ended up on the overall chart. I'm pretty sure when I look at the numbers this week, because that's what I do on my show later on, it's going to drop off. Because, everybody's like, okay, I watched it. And there's no longevity in these MCU shows, because if you're not talking about it within that week, we're moving on to the next thing. And that's what they're missing. They don't have like a Game of Thrones. They don't have The Boys. Like, every streaming service has that show. Yeah. Prime Video has The Boys. Apple TV even has the Severance. Netflix has multiple. So like, I don't know. Disney Plus, just, I don't know. It's too kiddie, and kids are not going to sit there and help you out.
Well, not only that too. When we talked about this on the podcast episode last time, everybody wants new stuff. They don't care that they have access to 15-year-old movies on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's just not what they want. They want new stuff. Everybody always is looking for something new to watch.
And that's why Netflix always wins, because every single week they drop 17 things. They're like, oh, even if it's shit, it's something new.
Exactly. Let's see what else we got. As a massive Marvel fan of the comics and MCU films, it just feels as my MCU collection feels incomplete with the Disney Plus Marvel shows. I guess there are different type of collectors. Yeah, I understand. Definitely on that. It definitely makes sense.
Don't worry, Nigel. A beautiful She-Hulk steelbook will be coming soon.
Oh, I'm down. I'm pre-ordering that. I'm one of the few people that like that show.
Never seen it, but I heard how it was bad, Zach. So I was like, no.
Go always see it for yourself. There's so many things that people are like, this sucks. And it's like, I love it. I don't care what you tell me.
I'm glad you enjoy it, man. Glad you do.
Menagio says he picked up the Marvels on 4K yesterday from HMV, and he wish he didn't need it, but when I say it'd be done for the sake. Okay, so he's just basically trying to keep up with his collection, just putting it
Don't
in there.
say that. I like that movie.
I didn't see it, so I can't comment.
I haven't seen it.
Man. There's so many people. There's two movies that's happened with the Eternals and the Marvels. And there's so many people who waited for Disney Plus and go, this was great. I hope we get another one. We're not, because you didn't go to the theater. Disney Plus doesn't help. I'm talking to these people like, yo, the Eternals was so good. Why were people complaining? I'm like, well, I wish you would have went to the movies so you could have been there with me in the trenches fighting for the movie.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was on Twitter the other day and they were complaining about how like Disney has their whole slate of like all these sequels, like, you know, Zootopia and all these other ones. And they were like, well, where's the original stuff? They've been making original stuff. You guys ain't going to watch it.
They had to re-release them in theaters.
Yeah. I mean, people aren't watching it. So if you're not going to watch the original stuff, you're going to get more sequels. So
that's like a whole podcast in itself. I've been talking about this with people all the time, every single video. Like, what they're like, oh, why don't they just make original heroes? Oh, they do. They make 17 of them a year, but you don't read them. So you're gonna get a different race Captain America, because that's the only way you're gonna read a black person comic book character, if it's not Black Panther, or a Middle Eastern character, because there's a Middle Eastern hero over here doing stuff, but you're not gonna pick that up because it's a no name.
Right.
Same thing with new movie franchises. There's so many movies. I told one of my coworkers said, "Oh man, you go to movies every week. I thought only like 100 movies come out a week. I mean, a year." And I was like, 100? There's like 100 movies that come out a month. What are you talking about?
Oh man,
I saw 117 movies last year, and that's not even close to the amount of movies that actually came out in the year.
Yeah.
I wish it was 100 movies a year. It'd be easy for us to keep up.
It'd be so easy.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, it's really tough to get everything.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Still the same is satisfying whenever the next Marvel film is added into the collection. It's like almost closing and filling in the gaps. Fair enough. Yeah. I completely understand, because that's kind of how I was with the Halloween, because I have all the Halloween franchise. I don't like every movie. I think Resurrection is terrible, but I have it in my collection because I just want to complete the collection. So I completely understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, I get you.
Hey, we got Luke in here from Let's Watch a Movie.
Hey, man.
Saying Best Buy is sad now. The Best Buy in my area has put stacks of TVs where the stands used to be. Yep, I've seen that.
I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but on TikTok, not long ago, a random video came up on my suggestion feed. Not someone who I follow or anything, but it's this guy who was like in this warehouse, and it was like just big bulks and stacks of like Best Buy stock. Like just like, you know how you get the cardboard box, you might get like 15 copies of the same movie in a box, right?
Right.
There's just like stacks of those of like obviously different movies, different steel books, and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So to answer your guys' query you mentioned earlier about like Best Buy not selling the stock off, I don't know if they're maybe trying to get people in bulk buying it instead of, you know, selling off at the shop.
Yeah,
that's probably why.
And maybe if they can't sell off, then eventually they might wait to like Black Friday and be like, "Oh, hey, here's a sale."
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, that's true. Unless they can get Walmart to buy the stock from them. I've actually seen a couple steelbooks in Walmart that had Best Buy stickers on them, so I don't know if that is what they're going to do eventually or what the deal is. So, I mean, that would be interesting, but I don't know if Walmart can really keep up with it, because they have trouble just putting out the new releases a lot of times, to be honest. So,
yeah,
I don't think that they would do that. I think it's going to be one of those things. Like, personally, I think Best Buy should have just kept selling on the website. Personally,
I don't understand why they didn't just do that.
Yeah, because then you can just ship it from your warehouses, and
it shouldn't cost that much.
Yeah, it's not like you have to really do anything. You're just putting. I mean, they don't give you protection anyway for the steelbook. They just throw it in an envelope and they stuff it in there, and they're like, "There you go." So,
good luck.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens. So
I guess just warehouse space. I guess they didn't want
for
it.
more TVs.
Yeah,
I guess they're really trying to sell them TVs.
Yeah,
And I guess VR. I think they said they want to push VR really badly.
Okay.
Man.
I don't know about that.
I'm not interested. I watch too many animes where that goes wrong. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't need it.
Random question. What's your thoughts on Alien Resurrection? I don't understand why that gets a lot of slack and Slender, but when personally I find that film to be really good, it's like my favorite after Aliens. I can't comment. I've never seen any of them.
I've never seen Alien and Aliens. I've never seen Resurrection.
Okay. And what about you, Mike? Have you seen anyone?
I've seen Alien as well. I like that one. Yeah. Oh no, I've seen Alien v Predator as well.
Okay.
That's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch Aliens though. Like
I will.
Like Alien and Aliens is a good back to back.
It's on my list. I know that. I have it on my list. I do a lot of times. I'll write down like what 4Ks are coming out, and I'll try to watch the movie beforehand because I've gotten burned where I've blind buyed a movie for like $30, and then I watch it. I'm like, this is terrible.
Because you're like, oh, this is a classic, and then you watch, you're like, whoa, this is what y'all talking about? This is your king? So, Mike, I do like Throwback Thursdays on my channel, and I've been reviewing like I slowed down a little bit, but I'm about to start back up. I was reviewing like old movies that people love for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and people were mad at me because I'm like, this is not great. Like this is what y'all been talking about for 20 years, talking about how hot it is. This is whack, and they get so mad at me, and I'm like, I gotta make sure I watch it before I buy it because no.
Yeah. Zach, I'm gonna check out your series. I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel.
Like Indiana Jones got me in trouble.
Yeah. I think it depends. Like if you grew up with it and stuff,
Yeah.
Like last year, Zach, I watched like Willy Wonka for the first time, and Ryan loves it. Obviously, like he grew up with it and stuff, and I thought, it was all right. And everyone's like, it's okay. Like, what are you talking about? It's great. I'm like, is it? Is it really?
But Wonka is great. The new one that just came out. I don't know if you got to see it.
I haven't got a chance to see it.
Oh man,
I love that movie so much. It's so good. But yeah,
I'll not hurt your feelings, Zach.
No. I'm not talking about the old one. I'm talking about the new one that just came out with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll not hurt your feelings on that one.
No. You haven't hurt my feelings. I have no nostalgia attachment to the old Wonka film.
Oh, that makes sense.
I've seen it one time on TV, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just how you grew up with movies and stuff, really.
Yeah.
Some of them as well, especially these classics, so to say.
I definitely agree.
Oh, hey, Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Hey, folks, what is one movie in your collection you find yourself watching the most? You know what, Ryan?
Ooh,
I know you actually asked this question, I think, a couple streams ago, and I completely blanked and did not answer it. And I swear to God, I was not ignoring you. I just forgot to answer the question. So I will go ahead first and answer this one first. But I personally don't watch movies over and over and over a lot, mainly because I have so many movies and so many on my list. I have favorites, but like there's not really a movie where I'm like, this is my favorite movie. I'm going to watch this 5 times, in a spread out of months. Like with the list that I have, it's just not plausible at all to do. So, but there is movies that I watched a lot growing up. Like if I had to say movies that I've watched the most, it's probably like, Disney movie, like kid movies, like a Lion King or Aladdin. I watched Wonka a lot growing up. I watched The Wizard of Oz a lot because my grandparents used to babysit me when I was younger, when my parents used to go off to work. And that was like the movie that we always watched was Wizard of Oz. So just like movies like that is probably what I've watched the most in my lifetime.
Nice. Yeah, I knew you grew up with it.
Oh, God.
No, I was just saying I knew Ryan grew up with Willy Wonka, because that makes sense.
Yeah. Like for me, I don't rewatch movies a lot. I'm always on to the next one. Like, oh, I like that. I'll keep it in my memory bank that I like it. Look for the sequel if there's one. And I'm going on to the next one. But I'll say probably the one that's in my collection that I actually just recently got is The Collector and The Collection. Those are probably my most watched. I watch those films every year. And probably Zack Snyder's Justice League. Those are probably Zack Snyder's Justice League, The Collector, The Collection, Infinity War, Endgame are probably the 5 movies that I own that I watch multiple times. But for the most part, I don't really rewatch movies that much.
Zach, I'm waiting for a third movie in that Collected Collection series, my friend.
Oh, they announced like they got a screenwriter last year. The 2 movies I'm really anticipating for that's been so long is 28 Years Later, which they just announced that they got somebody for that, and the third Collector.
Yeah, man.
That's my
Is
romantic.
that the one where
I'm right there with you.
I was gonna say, is that the one where like guy has like the mask or something?
Yeah.
So I've seen The Collector, but I don't think I've seen The Collection.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, they're both good. Both good movies.
Yeah, it's been a while. I remember they were kind of lower tier. Like I don't think they were like really. I think they took a little bit to get popular, maybe.
I don't even think. I think they're more cult following kind of films.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't, if I was like a producer or a distributor, I'm not spending a lot of money on a Collector 3 because I don't think it's gonna make a lot of money because people see it at like a bootleg Saw because it came out like right after the Saw movie started.
That's true.
Even though it's very different from Saw, but it's still good.
I think whoever gets the Collector 3, don't put it in cinemas, put it in streaming. Get the Collector and Collection, maybe put one on per month until the release of the third one. And then when the third one comes out, make a nice triple pack or a 4K or something of the third one.
That'd be great.
Because I think you're right, Zach. I think if they put that in cinemas, it would tank. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
then they don't have it on 4K. I had to buy the UK version of the Collection because they don't have a US release for it.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that, man. It's a shame.
Nadia says, I love physical media so much. It's the best way to go, really. It rules, and there's so many reasons why I love physical media. But I should say, physical media, ultimate experience. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with all that.
Yeah.
Jason says, I do like cheaper when I can get
it. Hey, Jason. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jason.
Well, Jason, check out like Goodwill and stuff in America because like Ryan's been talking about it a lot, and I've seen some people do vlogs on Goodwill and they get like you were saying, right, like $2 or $3 Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Because we've had that chat before, dude. Like just like a Blu-ray, like say for example, just say grab straight out of Compton, for example. Like that might be like maybe £1 or £2 here, but you guys get like you told me before, like it might be like $10 or $12.
Yeah, I was looking up. I can't remember what movie it was. A couple of older movies that were like made like in the early 2000s, and like Amazon still wants like $15 from a Blu-ray. And I'm like, these movies are old. Like it should be like $5 now. Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now. Blu-ray. Yeah, $12.74, $8.99, $14.99.
Yeah.
I see one from Groove Entertainment for $6. That's not that bad.
Groove. Yeah,
Groove. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they sometimes have sales too. That's one we haven't talked about. Groove is, I don't know if you can get it over there in the UK, Mike. I don't know if they ship over there or not. Have you heard of Groove?
I don't know. I know I checked the physical media website in America not long ago. Oh, you know, Ryan, when I watched that movie Blue Giant, and I was telling you, I really love the Blu-ray, but obviously it's just come out in cinemas here.
Right.
I looked in America, and I don't know if it was maybe Groove site had it, but I don't think they shipped to the UK. I might have been wrong.
Okay, that makes sense.
I might be wrong, but I think it was that site.
Makes sense. Hey, we got Kenny. What's up?
Kenny,
hey, man, what's going on?
And he's asking us how we're doing. We are doing
splendid.
Hope you're doing well, man.
He's on his way to watch Dune Part 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Already early, huh? Early screener.
He be seeing movies early. I'm seeing it Sunday.
Man, I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
But I'm gonna die because the theater is far away from me. It's the theater I don't usually go to, and it's at 7 p.m. So this movie's like 3 hours. So that means with trailers, it's gonna be 4 hours. And I'm gonna get out at like 11 o'clock, and then get home for 12, and then have to wake up at 5.
Oh yeah, dude, that's something I would do.
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore. Like there was like a 4 or 5 month period in 2023 where I was trying to get the channel going, where I was killing myself like that. Monday I was going to the movie, Friday I was going to the movie, Saturday I was going to the movie, doing the
Yeah.
reviews, and I was like, my eyes are red, the bags of my eyes was down to here, and I was like, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, that would be an awesome experience for Zach. It's cool to get to see it early though, man.
Yeah, and it's an IMAX.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
That's gonna be I want to rewatch the first one because I mean I heard you don't have to watch the first one to enjoy the second one is what I heard. So
Yeah, the comparison is Batman Begins to The Dark Knight, where like if you watch the first one, you're like, okay, I get the origins of Batman because I got it. I watched Batman Begins, but if you could just watch The Dark Knight without watching the Batman Begins and enjoy it,
that's true.
Have you seen the first Dune, Ryan?
Yeah, I have it on Steelbook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Of course he owns it.
Yeah.
That was
question.
one. It was funny because that one got a Steelbook and it never came in stores. It got sold out. Then they did a re-release of it, and I had. What's funny is I had like 3 copies of that movie at one point because somebody bought me a copy, somebody gave me a copy, and then
Oh my god.
I bought a Steelbook. So I sold off the other 2 copies, and I just have the Steelbook now because I'm not one to have duplicate copies. I just don't have the room for it. So I just have the one Steelbook now. It's like an orange Steelbook. So plan to get the Steelbook for the second one, pending that it's good, which I expect it to be good. So
people saying Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back material.
Yeah.
It looks better than the first movie by far. So I'm intrigued. And thank you to everyone watching as well live right now as well. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, and definitely hit that like button as well and subscribe to these 2 gents as well. If you have not yet, definitely appreciate that. Menagerie says you even get to preserve so many films on physical media. Unlike streaming, they can and not will always have everything. Content always gets removed. Oh yeah, that is something we talked about in our last podcast episode. Is it's just a pain. And that's kind of the reason why too. And like I've said, is I will buy something like at Goodwill of something I don't, haven't seen, versus waiting and throwing it on a list on streaming because I probably won't get to it in time and then it'll be gone. So it's just easier for me.
I have a story about that. One of my favorite movies, one of my favorite horror movies, is a Netflix only, and the deal's done and it's just nowhere. I can't watch it again on streaming. It's called Hush, the Mike Flanagan film.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, I used to watch it all the time.
The Deaf Girl one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah,
I liked it. Really, really. That's that movie where I was like, oh, people are like, what kind of movies you like? Hey, I'm gonna show you this one. Let me ease you in before I show you the weird shit. And now it's just gone, and it makes me sad. And there's another movie that's on Netflix that doesn't have physical release that I'm scared that's gonna happen to that I really love from not last year, 2 years ago. So I'm just like, damn, I need these movies to get physical releases.
Yeah, and you think Netflix seems to be very stingy about putting their stuff on physical media. They only have like a couple things. Like they don't even have any shows really.
Yeah, it's just the big ones like Orange New Black, Stranger Things.
I know they're doing Wednesday.
Yeah, well,
but that's only
like
getting
the
the Blu-ray
show of all time.
Yeah, and that's only getting the Blu-ray too. It's not getting the 4K.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Zach, what's the other Netflix movie you mentioned in there?
So this movie called Athena. It's a French. I think it's a French film. I watched it on a whim when I was like, oh, I'm making my 2022 list of best movies. Let me go check this out real quick because the cover looks good. And it's like about 4 French brothers. The youngest one gets killed, and like it's all their reactions to and it's. I don't know how to explain it. It's insane the way it was filmed. You would think this is like an expensive film, but it's not. One brother is like a revolutionary that's like burning. I'm going to burn this whole place down because I killed my brother. The other one's like a drug dealer who's like, I'm just trying to get the hell out of here because my brother's about to burn everything down. And the other brother's a cop. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I say everyone should check it out at least once.
That was awesome, actually. Yeah, I've never heard of it.
That's pretty good. We got Cal in here. Hey, saying Zach and Ryan together again. Hey, man.
Doing well.
And now not everything is on streaming service. No matter how many streaming service anyone has, physical media is the best way. Much agree.
That's a crazy point. We have like 17 streaming services, and still not every movie is on streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
It really is. I mean, I feel like most of the time when there's something I want to watch, like I haven't seen before, I'll look it up and I'm like, it's not on a streaming service, so I'd have to pay to like rent it. It's like, really?
So what was the point of these streaming services not to do this?
Right.
Yeah.
It is a pain. Cal says UK really about their media.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different over here. I mean, I was saying this to Ryan Zach the other week because he was talking about Thanksgiving getting a Blu-ray release, and you probably know yourself that some studios have been putting the Blu-ray in, and a couple months down the line they'll release like a 4K of it.
Yeah.
But Ryan was saying to me, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy Thanksgiving straight away," and I was like, "Oh, dude, like here in the UK, we'll get on like release day, and like a few weeks later it'll be in CX the used shop for like, say brand new £15, maybe like $15-20. A few weeks later it'll be like $10 or less reduced in the used store. Someone just traded in, so I'll be like, I'll just pick it up then. Sometimes, unless it's a movie I really want, then I'll go out and buy it on release day. But yeah, it really depends. Like you guys have had like Terrifier steelbooks for like a while now. We're only just getting this Terrifier steelbook next month for the first time.
Wow.
So I was like, right, I'm pre-ordering that.
Yeah. Let me do this right away.
Yeah, because I was. Yeah, oh man, it's gonna be a Christmas classic. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I watched Terrifier 2 for the first time in a watch along. Woo, man, wow. That was a lot.
Yeah.
All my friends, everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" I'm like, "This is disgusting."
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Love those movies.
What is your anticipated film you will watch this next at the cinemas? Mine is Godzilla X Kong. Probably Dune, just because that's the next big film.
I'm seeing Drive Away Dolls this Friday. I've been looking forward to that. It looks real fun.
Yep.
And then obviously Dune after that.
I don't know. So we've got a movie called Wicked Little Letters coming out on Friday, which is like a British comedy with Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So it looks pretty good. Like I like both of them, so that'll be cool. Yeah. We've got Demon Slayer coming out on Friday as well.
Nice.
So,
yeah, here too.
Yeah, cool, man. I'll be seeing that on Friday. Then I think our next big release after that is Dune, I think.
Yeah.
Dune and Lisa Frankenstein we eventually get. So.
Oh, you're just getting Lisa Frankenstein? Okay.
Nice. I think it's set to come out on the same day as Dune. So I was like,
oh, that's terrible.
It's gonna tank.
Why? It tanked here and it didn't open against nothing.
Yeah.
Why would they do
that? Literally made like $3 million. It literally made
dollars here. And I like that movie, but come on.
I'm excited to see it, but against Dune, I was like, oh, come on.
Dune's the first big movie of the year. Like,
yeah. Oh, Ryan, I didn't tell you this actually. I got an email today from not my usual cinema chain, but a different one. They're actually doing a midnight showing for Dune on March 1st. I was like, wow, they're doing a double bill. They're doing the first one at 8:00 and then the new one at midnight.
Yeah, I think for that one they are doing a little bit later showings. I thought I saw somebody said they're doing like a 3 a.m. showing somewhere, which is nuts. Don't know.
That's like an overnight shift.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't do that because Thursday nights, dude. Like, I got work the next day, so
yeah, I would have to take the day. I would have to take the day off. And just like
I definitely would have to take Friday off. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say for Zach, if it was like a 12 a.m. showing, I finish about 3 a.m. in the morning. You'll have a quick power hour, and then you'll be back at work.
I'll be like, "Hey guys, have you seen Dune yet? I did."
That would be funny.
Zach will be like back in the stock room with a vlog camera. Hey guys, what's going on? Just seeing Dune. It's my first reaction.
Don't ask me why my eyes are not open. I'm kind of sleeping while doing this at the same time.
Oh man. But yeah, man, Zach, I'll be on the lookout for your review, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I'm expecting a lot of good reviews for it, so I'm looking forward to that. But there's another movie that's actually coming out the same week as Dune that is not going to get any love and probably not a lot of theaters. But A24 is releasing Problemista. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
that?
It's supposed to come out March 1st, so planning to see it if we get it. But I know how A24 is always dicey around here, so
Is that going to be a new weird horror ride, or what is it? I've never heard of it.
it's not a horror movie.
No.
Okay.
It looks like I haven't seen.
It looks
the trailer in a
weird, but
while.
not horror.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not horror. I don't know
Okay.
what genre to really put it in. Really,
I think a dramedy. Like it's about
Yeah.
this guy who might get deported if he doesn't get a job because like he has like a working
Okay.
visa, and like
Okay.
his struggle to get that done. I think it has Kate Blanchett. Is it Kate Blanchett? No. Who's the lady that plays the wise one in Doctor Strange? And she's in a bunch of other movies. That's not the only.
Oh,
movie.
is it not
Tilda Swinton? Yes.
Tilda Swinton.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has a couple other people in there. It was supposed to come out last year, August. and then
Okay.
for some reason, got
Yeah,
pushed all the way
they
to here.
delayed it.
I'll be
Next
intrigued in that
Dune.
one. I'll be intrigued in that one. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I loved Iron Claw, so definitely excited to see that. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think Mike's starting to get a better relationship with A24 as of late.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Oh man, I was on the hate train for a good while.
Wow. I just subbed to you. Let me unsub real quick.
That's fair.
I'm joking.
That's fair.
I'm joking.
No, man, I think for like a while, like for me, A24, like I was saying for the longest time, I was like, A24, when they don't do a horror movie, they're great. Then when they stepped into horror, I was like, yeah, they're doing something different, but just didn't really work for me. But yeah, last few I've been watching, even in some of the horror, I've been like, yeah, it's actually been pretty good. So I think I'm slowly getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate them more in every day just because it's just different movies. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's a little too out there for me, but you know,
That's
I
one thing to say. Neon and A24, I know they're going to give me something I'm not seeing anywhere else, at least.
right, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Neon's kind of in the same kind of niche community as A24. I think they're a little bit lower tier than A24. I still think they're trying to find their footing a little bit more. Just because I think A24 has kind of solidified themselves a little bit more with a few like hit movies and stuff, like
And
Everything
Oscar
Everywhere at
movies,
Once.
too.
Yeah, so that kind of helps.
I'm really surprised A24 don't have their own streaming service because
They technically do.
Oh, really?
There's an A24 app you can download, and if you bought the physical copy off their site, you get it for free on their app. And then you can also buy and rent movies off the app as well.
I was going to say, because that makes sense. Because like Ryan was saying, and like I mean, you guys just mentioned there that problem, whatever that one's called, the new one,
Problemista.
Yeah, like you say, like if that's gonna drop like when Dune is, it's gonna make no money like at all. You know, they'd far rather make it on the stream service where people who love those movies are gonna go to that stream service and go watch it. Really.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times too, with their stuff not being as accessible, I have seen them a couple times do some screenings for a few of their movies. It hasn't happened often, but there's been a couple times where they've done some like live kind of screening for a couple of their movies. But,
yeah, the home one. Yeah, during the pandemic they started doing that.
Yeah,
slow down though.
And they don't do that anymore. And I really think if they did that and they did something where like you pay, I don't know, like $20 or something or whatever it is, like I'm sure they'd have to charge a premium charge just like anywhere else. But I think people would be willing to pay it to watch those movies if they were more accessible. I feel like a lot of times their stuff isn't accessible enough and people don't know about it because there's a lot of movies where they have and they just don't promote them. Like, I mean,
like
there's some
A24 films came out last year, and I think people only knew about like one or two.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and they have a few where you look and you go, "Oh, that even came out. I didn't even know that title came out." So that's kind of how I am. I'll go through their site and like see what they have because
it
just you know you don't always get it.
Yeah, I think it's a shame because like, I think if they had their own kind of and don't get me wrong, I'm not, I'm definitely applauding them for putting them in cinemas. If I can see it in the cinema, I definitely will.
Yeah,
But I think sometimes something like that would probably do better on like their own personal streaming service and have all the back catalog on there as well. That I think that would probably do really well.
I
Well,
agree.
now they have that deal with Max where
Okay.
it's gonna come out on HBO Max, or just Max is called now, which is a dumb name.
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4 months after release. So it was Paramount Showtime, but that was like a year after release on Paramount Showtime. It took so long for those movies to get on there.
Yeah.
I think Max has shortened it down to like 28 days or like 30 something days, or no, like 72 days or something like that. So I guess that works.
Yeah,
Makes sense. It's always rushed to streaming nowadays anyway, usually, so it makes sense.
Yeah, now everything goes out pretty quick.
Mm.
Cal saying Blu-rays are more consistent. 4Ks be hit or miss. A lot of cash grabs on the 4K side. Sometimes there's some cash grabs for sure. Sometimes I've seen some bad transfers, but it just depends, I guess. Depends what you're looking for. I mean, I feel like 4K is definitely an upgrade. Obviously, if you have like a DVD copy or something in lower form, I think it's always kind of an upgrade. But it just depends on, sometimes like you get a Blu-ray and then you'll switch to 4K and you're like, I don't really notice much of a difference. So I think it just depends on the movie.
I think it also just depends on the person buying it as well. I would say 4Ks are probably more for a format for more collectors and people who's really passionate about physical media.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas that physical media president's always reporting the majority sales every week is DVD, and then Blu-ray is, obviously a decent percentage, and 4K very little.
Yeah.
So until people start educating, you get a bit educated, or someone tells them, it's never going to really change.
Yeah.
Right. I agree. But I'm going to be there day one for sure. Might as well be there. It's like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Menage.
I think you're talking about Dune Part 2.
Okay, Dune. Okay,
Dune,
makes sense.
Dune or Godzilla. I'm not sure which one he was
maybe
talking
Godzilla,
Oh yeah, maybe Godzilla. Yeah.
6 a.m. Godzilla versus Kong. Oh my god,
that's a wild movie to watch at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got your boogies in your nose, and Godzilla's just wilding out with pink hair. Like, what's happening?
Oh,
damn,
boy.
I'm not even awake.
Oh man, that's one way to put it.
We got Kenny saying, "Nah, I need my picture as clear as possible. Even watching movies in the theater, it can really bother me if something isn't the quality of AMC Dolby."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably would feel that way too if I did like a bunch of Dolby and all that other stuff. Honestly, most of the time I end up seeing it in like standard or something, just because of like times and just when I go see movies. Like, I mean, some movies, like, I do notice in certain theater chains, like some of the speakers and audio is better. I feel like AMC is definitely up there in the top, I would say, for like audio and speakers. Just because like there's been some movies I've recently seen at AMC, because I pretty much theater hop most of the time, like as far as like different theater chains that I go to, like whoever's playing the movie at the time that I can go to and I'm near that area, like that's where I'm going. Like I don't just like support like me. I have like Regal, and then I have Cinemark, and then I have AMC and a couple other theaters. So like whoever's got the movie and the time's convenient, I just go. But if I could get a better format, that's great.
Right.
Yeah, there's one theater I go to like 99% of the time. Because it's clean. The workers are around my age or younger, so they're more like nice. And the food is not that bad, and I don't really have problems with like noise. Like there's a few times, like when I went to go walk, there was a bunch of noisy kids, but they got kicked out fast. Like I don't really have a problem with like people chatting too much. People are usually there to watch the movie and not watch their phone.
That's good.
I'm only going to see this movie in this other theater is because I just want to see the movie earlier and get that review out. So then I can have like a weekend off or watch whatever else is coming out that day.
There you go.
Right.
Like Prom Amista or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, how are
Okay.
you, Mike? Are you usually going to like the most like up to date format, or are you just kind of like, yeah, whatever, like with your theater, like?
I, yeah, I think it's a bit like you guys. Like, so, like my local cinema doesn't have IMAX
Mhm.
at all. It's all like they've got one 4DX screening, and that's it. And then the rest are all. I mean, I guess our Dolby one's called Super Screen.
Okay.
Which I'll usually go to that one if they have the option. Two reasons: the sound's better in that one, and
Mhm.
also because you have to pay an uplift to go that one. Every time I've been in that
Mm.
screening, no one talks, no one's on their phone. I'm like, right, I'm guaranteed I'm not going to be disturbed.
Okay.
So, for example, just give you a quick example of this: is today I did a double bill. I went to see Madam Web, and then I went to see Bob Marley afterwards.
Sorry for your loss.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It's been rough, but you know. But like for example, like Madam Web this morning was 10:30 in the morning. It was on the super screen, and because you have to pay that like slight uplift to go in it because it's bigger screen and better sound, it was quite quiet. There was no disruptions, no one talking. It was really good experience.
That's good.
But then I went to Bob Marley afterwards about the 1:30 showing, and there was a few people in there at times burping out loud for like just randomly. There was like 15 minutes started into the movie. This woman came in with like three elderly women, like sat in the front row. Their phones were just bright, like that level bright, like from the bottom row. And I was like near the top, and and then like towards the end of the songs, when like obviously a Bob Marley song was on, these random teenagers were like, "Don't worry about it." And I'm just like, why is everyone doing this? You know, I just want to watch Bob Marley.
You sound so stressed. Why is everybody doing this to me?
Why?
I'm fighting for my life.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
That's funny.
But man, just like I say, just like random burps and these old women coming in late, and then just their phones shining so bright. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I do see that where people come in late. It always baffles me because there's a lot of times in between trailers and then people still show up late, and it's like the trailers
Yeah.
don't last for an hour, guys. I mean, it's only
30
30
minutes.
minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Like that's showing today, the Bob Marley one. It was 20 past 1. 20 past 1 it started, and it's about 20-25 minutes trailers, right? So say 1:45 it started, right? Then all the people came in about 2:15. And I'm just like, you've had since 20 past 1 to get here.
It's crazy.
And then they
So
show up with
bad.
their mobiles. I'm like, are you busy scrolling Facebook or are you watching Bob Marley at the moment? I don't know.
Oh man, I would have been mad too. That's ridiculous.
It really is.
It doesn't take much for me to get mad if someone does that in this.
I don't blame you.
Man.
Let's see. Cal says, respect DVDs. I'm a fan of horror, TV, and wrestling, so gotta support DVDs for that. Yeah, I know wrestling has a lot more DVDs than Blu-rays, so
yeah,
they're getting out of the DVD Blu-ray game now, which sucks.
They're not releasing the pay-per-views anymore to DVD.
Nope.
They want you to just watch it on Peacock, I guess.
And now Netflix, because they just got a deal for Netflix for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks.
I respect DVDs for sure. I mean, like my first ever physical medias were like videos back in the day, then DVDs. I've been through the format as it's progressed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah, definitely. Kenny says, I was watching the Super Bowl at a friend's house and their screen was so dark. I asked if I could adjust the brightness. I did. It blew their minds.
That man was in the dark ages and Kenny showed him the light, literally. I can just imagine. Yeah, you guys remember that scene?
Listen, you gave him that spark.
Yeah. Like people going to space and their eyes wide and like, oh my God.
It's like they went from VHS to 4K all of a sudden.
In 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
Wow. Who knew Kenny was a saint?
This is how it's supposed to look.
I could just picture him doing that. He goes, you can brighten up the TV. Hold on, let me show you.
He's like, I can actually see the grass.
Comment of the night right there. That's fantastic.
That is.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Jason says, I'm not sure that the nursing home will be okay showing
Jesus Christ. This is a back-to-back comments.
Oh man, and it wouldn't be in the 4K format either.
I know, blurry Florence boobs. It's better than nothing.
Jason.
Oh man.
Cal says they're not doing combo packs as much. They're slowly going away, which I don't understand. It's more to push people to make people jump to the newer media. Yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag on that. I don't know. Because like sometimes you'll get the 4K, which comes with like digital and no Blu-ray. Sometimes you get 4K and Blu-ray. Sometimes you'll get Blu-ray and DVD. And then sometimes I've even seen them do a DVD case for a Blu-ray. They did that with Resurrection with Liam Neeson, where it was just the Blu-ray, but it was in a DVD case. So I don't know why.
If it would be a Liam Neeson movie, they do that with.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think it depends on that one because, as you were saying before, Ryan, a lot of time Blu-ray and 4K is not too much difference. Depends on your screen, your setup, and surround sound and all that kind of stuff as well. I don't have a surround sound, and you guys may. I don't have that though. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to get like that extra disc and stuff in there. I think it's better when you got Blu-ray and DVD though. That makes the most sense so people can get the two.
It does.
Because
I think also, if you think about it, there was no VHS DVD pack. Like they cut you off. Here's the DVD. No more VHS. And I think they're trying to just like do that transition because they've been babying us since that switch where it was like Blu-ray came and they were like, okay, no Blu-ray DVD. And they were like, no, let's do just Blu-ray. And people are like, no. You keep giving us our DVD. So I think they're trying to like do a hard cut.
Well, the funny thing is that yesterday I went into CEX, right? And they had Cars 2 Blu-ray on Steelbook. And I'm trying to collect like all the Pixar Blu-rays, right? And in that one, you get the Blu-ray and DVD. So anyway, it was only like £2. I was like, oh, hey, I'll buy that. Great. So I got to the till. She put in the Blu-ray disc, and obviously that little disc part was empty where the DVD goes. I was like, do you mind if I ask, like where's the DVD? She was like asking Amanda and stuff. They're like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's come, but the full movie's still on the Blu-ray though. You can watch that. I'm like, that's not the point. I want the DVD.
Your face. I can just imagine them looking at you like, leave us alone. We didn't do this.
I was just like, you know what I mean? In my mind, I was like, that's not the point. But I was like, nah, it's okay. I'll get off eBay or something. It's all good.
Right.
You know, one thing I'll say, video games is worse. Because I don't know if you're a video gamer. You have a PS5, so I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
We're buying Steelbooks, and there's no disc in there. And it drives me insane. The first time that happened to me, I bought Horizon Forbidden West on Steelbook, the whole collection and everything. I get the Steelbook out, I open it up, and there's a card with a digital code on it. I'm like, you mother suckers. And there's a notch for the disc with no disc. That pissed me off. It's like, you made the notch. Where is the disc?
That's crazy.
Man, it annoys me all the time, right? So the one thing I hear is like, if you buy a Blu-ray, 4K, whatever, right?
District 9.
Point you're saying, right? When it doesn't come with any insert in there and it's just blank, I'm just like, why would you put those notches in there? You're not going to have anything with it.
Yes. This is a waste of manufacturing plastic.
At least that's got like a little leaflet thing. At least it's something. It looks better.
Yeah, it doesn't look empty.
Right.
That's how all the steelbooks are here too. They don't have if it's just the one disc, usually they don't have like an insert like that.
Yeah.
But when they have the clips with no insert, it's just a tease.
That's bad.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
like,
did they steal something from me? Like, what's going on?
but the PlayStation one though, Zach, you're right. Like these expensive, like big editions they release, a steelbook with a little piece of paper and a code. And it's like, what the hell?
Why did I buy this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really dumb that they're doing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cal's touching on what we were talking about earlier. DVD still the king. You can see the numbers barely shifting. Yeah, because it's like I think DVDs like around like 50% or so, and then I think Blu-ray may be like 35, maybe 35, something like that, and then like 4K is like in like the 15 range, 15%, something like that. So it's DVDs are still there. Plus, I think also too DVD is more accessible than you go into Walmart, they only have probably like maybe 8 or 9 4Ks, and it's only like the top newest movies. You're not getting for instance, you're not getting Allison in Terrorland on 4K. Like they're not making that.
Really? I thought I'd have a lovely steelbook and everything.
None of those kind of movies they're getting. Like Walmart always does those wacky titles and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Did we lose Ryan?
I think so. He's crashed.
Well, this is our channel now. Let's talk.
Yeah.
So,
hey, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Come subscribe to both of us.
Well, we can't control the comments, Zach, so we'll just have to have a free flow conversation, I think.
I forgot. We can't control the comments. We're just like looking at them. Oh my God, that is hilarious. So while we're waiting for
waiting for Ryan, pretty much,
how did you get into YouTube, sir?
Me, man. So it was back in 2017, and I started a new job. And before then, Zach, I don't know about you, but I never used to watch YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I was never like, an advocate for it or anything. I just wasn't bothered by it. Let me put it that way. And there was a guy who I started to work with, and it was like the Blair Witch there.
This is the funniest thing.
There we go.
Man, Ryan, you were like the Blair Witch, like his quick screenshot and it went black.
Yeah, and it was like 2 of them, and I'm like, why is he in 2 places? There's a twin he didn't tell us about.
Oh, dude, StreamYard, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I know.
Hey, jeez. But now, Zach, so man, so I was like, so like a friend introduced me to Chris Stuckman on YouTube. So watching him, and I kind of just wanted to share my own opinion. Like, I'm quite a creative person, so I thought, hey, look, I'll give it a go. And if it doesn't work, delete my channel and stuff, But 5 years later, dude, here I am. What about you?
I've been into YouTube for a while in terms of watching it. First it was like to watch anime recaps and AMVs. I don't know if people remember those and anime music videos where they're like cut it, make a theme, Linkin Park. And then I got really into movies and movie reviews. Like, let me watch these movie reviews. Tell me, should I go watch this movie? And then I was like, you know what? I can do this as well. Usually people tell me I have like a different opinion on stuff. I should share it because there might be people out there that want to hear it. And I had a YouTube channel a couple years ago with friends that didn't work out, and I decided to do my own. And like Chris Stuckman, what's the other guy name? Who's the other big movie tuber?
Jeremy Johns.
Grace Randolph, The Real Rejects, Heroes Reforged. Those are like the ones that like really influenced me to just do it, And that's where I started. I think I'm on my 2nd year. So
nice, man. Hey, that's awesome. And anyone who's watching live, go subscribe to Zach Attack Reviews, guys. Links down below in the description box.
On the way to 1,000.
Yeah, you're not far off.
One thing that sucks is when it kicked me out, I can only see like half the comments. So like all the older comments I couldn't see. So I'm just going to have to read the comments, I guess.
Well, Ryan, I was going to say where you're up to, dude. I've got my laptop on if you need me to use it.
Yeah, because it kicked me. Like I can see like comments from like 30 minutes ago, but like it doesn't show me every comment for some reason.
So can you see the comment after Kal-El Daly's one here or not?
Let me see. What I can. The next comment I can see is where Cal says he talked about Spider-Verse, which is a little bit further down in the stream.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because he talks about HD DVDs versus Blu-rays when we were talking about that.
So
He was
it's a
talking about-
DVD stinking.
Unless you can pull it up. I mean, I don't think you can though, since you're not the host. But
yeah, since we're not the host, we can't pull it up on the screen.
No.
so I'll just
got
read
it,
these, and then when we get to them, I'll put the comments up on the screen when I get those ones that I have. But
Sure.
let's see what we have in here. Cal says HD DVDs versus Blu-rays.
Yeah.
We talked about that. And then he said that Sony owns Blu-rays, which we were talking about that as well.
Makes sense.
Let's see. Cal says some movies are stuck on VHS though. So as a movie fan and a fan of ownership, you might have to grab a VHS or two. I've never had that issue. Most of the time that I've had, like a few of the Disney movies are stuck on DVD. Like for instance, The Big Green, that's only has a DVD, and like the Angels in the Outfield with Danny Glover only has a DVD. So
wow.
Yeah, so some of those movies I'm stuck with on DVD until if they do a Blu-ray, which I don't know if they'll ever do a Blu-ray of those movies. I don't know if I don't know if they'll want to restore that and do those or not. Maybe
if they do a remake, they probably will.
Maybe, yeah. That's true. Because they're doing the 4K for like Mean Girls, the original, which I'm excited for. I'm definitely gonna pick that up.
And I got the Steelbook too. I'm getting that bad boy.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be checking that out. Let's see what else. Sin says Ordinary Angels isn't overly sappy with the religious stuff. We talked about that in the live stream I had about last night. That's a good thing, because the last Christian movie that I saw was a movie called The Hill, and that was like way over the top, beat you over the head, religious type deal. And it focused so much on the religious stuff that the whole movie was about like a kid that had a disability being a baseball player, and they focused so much on the religious aspect with like Dennis Quaid's character. And I didn't like it.
I saw the trailer of that movie. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, I didn't like it. My mom and my stepdad loved it because they watch a lot of Lifetime movies, and that's what the dialogue in that movie was like. So they loved it.
Thank you for letting me know to really pass on it, because you said religious base is fine, whatever, support your religion, but Lifetime, nah, I can't do that dialogue.
Exactly. So I'm glad Ordinary Angels is not like that. I wasn't thinking it was going to be like that movie The Hill that I saw last year. I had a little bit more expectations for it, but now that you're telling me that, that's great.
There's trends in cinema that are happening right now that's very interesting. Faith-based movies are like moving up more and more.
Yeah.
And Christian ones, and I'm seeing like every month there's a new one, and they end up in the top 10. And that concert movies look like it's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And I think a comedian is going to soon do something like what Taylor Swift do. Maybe Kevin Hart, maybe Chris Rock, maybe even Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle probably could be the one to do it. We're starting to get non-movie movies. Christian faith are movies, but you know what I mean? Like not traditional movies started to creep into the theaters and bringing people to the film. And I think that's what theaters have to do to get people to come back. Like even like wrestling pay-per-views, they need to distribute that through theaters where you can go in and watch a WrestleMania live with your friends in the theater. Like people will pay so much money for that night to go watch that.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree because they did that show The Chosen, and a lot of the older people are going to go see that because I know it's a religious based show, so that helps like get those kinds of people to come.
I think it was number 4 in the box office. I was like, wow,
right?
Episodes,
and then
not a movie.
Also during the day, like when we're at work or something, like the seniors have like nothing to do, like they can go to the theater and go watch that. So you have like that kind of content for other people to watch. So people can say, oh, they're putting this religious stuff in, but like people go see that, like they want to see that kind of content. So it's smart.
A lot of religious people, you know,
exactly. There is, and that's fine. That's great. Like they have something to watch. So, and they're supporting.
Like everyone should have something to watch as long as it's not offensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got the Blood Rose Nightmare in here saying hello, everyone.
Hey, what's going on?
she's saying hello to Cal. Her name is Nanette. So hello, Nanette. We got the Scottish Geek guy saying howdy, folks.
Hey, Jimmy. Are we well, man?
And then Cal saying the whole "we want new movies" is just chatter. The only support IP there is anomaly once in a while.
I think he was saying they only support proven IP. There's an
proven IPs. Okay,
which is true. This is very, very true. Barbie is one of the most original films we got, but it's based on an IP. That movie would not be $1 billion film if it didn't have the Barbie name on it.
I'm over here laughing at him because he says that you hate on X-Men, but you love She-Hulk. People are a mystery.
I don't know what is he talking about. First of all, Cal always gives me a whole bunch of crap. He's my boy. Whatever. It's like what are you talking about? I love the X-Men. Because I won't watch Dark Phoenix. I'm like, bro, what? I don't need to watch that movie. You don't need to.
Yeah,
everyone says it's bad.
Don't do it, Ryan. Don't do it.
I haven't watched it.
You saw it?
I haven't seen it.
Unfortunately, Zach, yeah.
It's that bad, huh?
It's not great.
Well, how does it compare to like New Mutants? Is it worse, better, on par?
I think it's tough because New Mutants is kind of its own separate thing.
Okay.
Like, so for me, like X-Men was great with like, a few of the originals. Days of Future Past was great. First Class also really enjoyed. But then like you got Apocalypse that had potential but wasted it. And then kind of Dark Phoenix wasn't great. I think it's because there was all that Disney Fox merging thing at the time, and yeah, they're just like, right, let's get this shit over with and done. That's what it kind of felt like.
Fair enough. Yeah, I haven't checked it out. So eventually, I want to dive into all the X-Men movies, and because I've only seen a few of them, and then like some of the newer ones. Yeah, some of the newer ones that I've seen, I don't remember them. So I definitely want to dive into them all.
They're gonna be in Deadpool 3, so it's a good time to do it.
Exactly. I got time.
It's either a good time to do it, Ryan, or Deadpool is going to kill off them characters as well. It's
definitely going to be Deadpool killing off the Fox universe characters.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, yeah. Gotta be.
Doesn't surprise me. It says, Cal says, Best Buy they don't love us. I won't weep for them. F them.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says, shaking my head, watch the Alien movies. Yeah, I need to watch them. Let's see. It says Cal says he's never seen the indie movies. And then Spoiler Kings is in here. And they said, what's up, guys? I'm rebuilding my collection. Secondhand stores are the best. 6 to 10 Blu-rays a week. Wow. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're getting some pretty good prices over there.
Yeah, they're in Chicago.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the pricing is over there with stuff. I think it's similar to New York.
And I'm actually caught up with the comments now. I can actually see the comments.
Okay.
Well, Ryan, they're not far from you. Catching up on physical media, dude. You're like 6 to 10 a week as well.
No, I honestly slowed down.
Every time you say that, I'm like, you're lying. I told you. That's how I know.
What happens is
I slow down.
I know. He's like, oh, what happens? Oh, I accidentally walked into the store. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, like 20 movies fell into my lap, guys. I had to buy them.
It's every month. He's like, oh, guys, here's my haul. It's going to be a quiet month next month. And he comes out with more than the previous month.
Yeah, that's
I love this as a Ryan roast session, but a loving one.
That's when I was buying everything on 4K. And with now Best Buy gone, now I'm selective. And then Blu-rays. See, it's not as bad if I'm buying like 15 Blu-rays for $2 something a piece, and
right.
But it is. I am a little bit like selective on certain things too when I'm looking for, and I haven't really had a ton of luck this month. There's been like a few things that I picked up and I was like, let me check that out, or I don't really remember that. But there hasn't been like a ton of stuff. It is a lot of some of the same titles that I'm seeing as well. Like I do see like Harry Potter a lot on Blu-ray and like Twilight on Blu-ray a lot. In secondhand stores. So and Hangover apparently. I guess nobody likes The Hangover. They like to turn that in. So I've been seeing that a lot. But Cal says, lies, he watched Spider-Verse 10 times. He got another watch along tomorrow.
Wow.
You watched Spider-Verse 10 times?
I probably watched Spider-Verse 10 times.
Wow.
I haven't watched it 10 times. But the original one, I used to watch clip parts of it on like my train ride to work. I love that movie. And then Across the Spider-Verse, I've only seen twice. I watched it in theaters, and then I did a watch along on my channel.
Okay.
Nice.
Fair enough.
He just be hating because they're the best comic book movies. And he's like, no, they're animated. And I'm like, don't be hater. Animated counts.
True. It does.
Dark Movies saying hello. Hey, what's up, Dark Movies? And he's saying Wonka is perfection, a masterpiece.
I won't. Don't do that. I love that movie. It's great. Masterpiece is putting it to like they're gonna go in like, what the hell is he talking about? It's a great movie. It's not a masterpiece.
I eventually want to watch it. It's on my list.
Yeah, not masterpiece though.
Yeah, no. I think it made $600 million, which I'm like.
I know with Timothée Chalamet's track record with Snores and All.
Oh man, that movie.
What movie were you falling asleep?
Bones and All.
Oh my God, yes. Snores and All is a good word for that movie. I went in so hype, and I was like, this is what you're hype. There's some movies that they hype up every year, and I'm like, yeah, let me go watch Tar.
Oh, Bones and All. Sleeper.
Didn't see Tar.
It's funny. It's funny, Zach, because I feel like with me and you, when it comes to reviewing movies, we sometimes get in like a time where like we get like 3 or 4 bad movies and we like totally agree with each other, and then like we get like off track and we're not even on agreement with anything. It's
when
like
me and Ryan was first connecting, we didn't agree on anything, and then I remember it was the first time. I don't remember what movie it was. We both were like, "This is shit," and we're like, "Finally."
Yeah, there was like a period of like we went through dozens of movies, and he's like, he likes this, but it's cool though because like it's cool to hear people's different perspectives because like everybody has a different perspective on how they see a movie and like what they like and what they're looking for. And I always say too, when you go into a movie, sometimes it may depend on like depending on what the movie is, nostalgia, the actors in it, what kind of genre it is. And I feel like sometimes too, when you go into certain genres, you may expect more out of something, or like it really can vary in expectations. But then there's sometimes you go into a movie and you've seen the trailer and you go, I don't know if this is really for me. And then you watch it and you go, yeah, it wasn't for me. So
and
it just
a life experience too, like Past Lives. Mad people love that movie. I thought it was okay, but it might be just my life experience. It didn't hit me the same way.
Yeah, see, I have a little bit of relation to that, not fully into the story, but I had somebody where I was talking to them for a long time like that and kind of doing the long distance type thing. So I definitely related to that movie a lot. So sometimes that plays into a factor as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get you.
Cinematic is saying, I've seen The Collector, but I wasn't aware of the collection.
Wow.
Well,
we're promoting movies on here.
There you go, Cinematic. Get in your collection, my friend.
Definitely check it out.
Definitely. Yeah, it's worth a watch.
Cal says, what's your panelist channel link? Go in the description of the video, Cal, and it's right there, and it'll just click on the link and it'll lead you right to it. Real simple.
That's exactly what I did when I went to go get Mike. I was like, I went to the description. Boop, so
right there.
Right back.
Real easy. I make it easy around here.
I'm going to do the same for you, Zach, after this, man. I'm on my phone, so I can't do it here.
Appreciate it.
But I'm going to help you get to that 1,000, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to
get this man to 1,000 subs, guys.
He's going to get there this year.
Appreciate that.
Sin, I was going to see Dune on Sunday, but cancel my ticket. I'll just go on Thursday the 29th instead.
That's fair.
It's probably when
I might end up canceling my ticket. I don't know if I can do 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
And she says she's not huge on Dune anyway, so it's not super important for me to see it early.
That makes sense. I wasn't huge on the first one. I'm still excited. I'm still intrigued for the second one because it looks better. But
yeah, I think this one's gonna have a little bit more action than the first one for sure. So I think this one. I'm thinking this one will get better ratings.
Yeah,
I think so.
Kenny says I'm actually staying home from the screening tonight. I'm exhausted, so I'll be a homebody today.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Fair enough, man. Take it easy.
You don't want to be in Dune falling asleep like, oh.
You'll have a nice 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
Cal
yeah.
says Wednesday is MGM and Amazon, so that's why that's physical. Okay.
Oh yeah, because they almost moved Wednesday to Amazon Prime Video. That was like a big thing last year.
Yeah.
Because they kind of own the IP, so they were gonna like, oh, it's big. Let's move it to the Prime Video. Netflix is like, no. We're gonna give you as much money as you need. Keep it
here. That's funny. Cinemax says I'm skipping Problemista. The trailer didn't do it for me. It's a shame. That's fair enough. If you don't doesn't do it for you, I completely understand.
I'm surprised because Cinematic goes to see everything at the cinema.
He does. Well. He just did his. I guess AMC has like secret screenings now, like
unseen screening. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just did his first review. I watched that earlier for Ordinary Angels. Anybody's watching, go check out that review. And his stuff is always like pretty short and straight to the point. So, yeah. Check it out.
Great guy.
Cal says early A24 before was way better. I still like their stuff now. I think they're branching out more personally.
Yeah.
I think before they were also known as like just that weird studio that makes horror movies. That's weird. And I think now they're really branching out in genres.
Yeah.
And they're still staying on the indie side, but they also have their bigger movies as well, is what I think.
They have a nice balance, which I think every studio needs.
Yeah. And he says Zola is really good, though. I want to rewatch that.
I heard. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen Zola? Okay. Yeah.
No, never.
It's based on.
I just watched The Lighthouse yesterday.
What do you think?
It was so weird, but
it was
weird
amazing.
I loved it. That's my favorite Robert Eggers film now.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to do Nosferatu. Yeah. I think that might be good.
Yeah, it looks good.
He says Neon did great with I, Tonya. Best movie Margaret did.
That was a good movie.
I just saw her in a movie last night that I didn't know that she was in. Because I think I may have watched this movie once, but I watched a movie called About Time.
She's in that?
She's in that movie.
Is that Rachel McAdams?
Rachel McAdams is in it. Margot Robbie
the rom-com kind of ish one?
Yeah.
It's like a rom-com dramedy type deal. It's kind of like a mix.
Is this the one where it's Rachel McAdams and the front cover's like her in the rain or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen it, but I know which movie you're on about. Okay.
Yep, Margot Robbie's in that one for like a little bit. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Have you guys seen I, Tonya though?
I have not seen I, Tonya.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I think she's really good in that anyway. Bit of a kind of darker performance, I'd say.
Yeah, I like her as an actress. I always feel like even if it's a movie I don't really care for, like I still like her most of the time. So, I mean, I guess it's nice that she looks good on screen too. So, so that makes it.
It does help.
That helps.
Big perk.
Let's see. Have you guys seen the trailer for Sting, a new spider horror film? Having spiders alone is terrifying for me. I will definitely be seeing it as I love my creature features. Yes, I saw the trailer for that last week. I'm definitely going to go see it.
Pass. I am terrified of bugs. Hell no. You remember that? What was it? 8-Legged Freaks? Nope. I was like, no. Y'all remember that movie? I definitely didn't see it. I remember I was like, I saw the poster, saw the trailer. I was like, hell no. And I was like, oh, just tough it up and go see it. And then they had a commercial on TV of a little kid skipping school and going to the cinema. And as he was crossing the street, an 8-Legged Freak came and picked him up. I was like, hell no. I'm not even going outside right now. Are you crazy? My mom was like, what? 8-Legged Freaks are outside taking kids. And I'm a kid.
Wow.
That and Final Destination messed me all up. I was like, I'm not taking a bath. They were like, why? That guy died in the bath in the movie. Nope.
That's funny.
Oh, man. But no, I've not heard this Sting.
I'm going to check it out. I have definitely watched the trailer.
I can't do it.
YK in the house. Hey,
yo, right, K.
Hey, guys. How are y'all doing? I got some time for picking up my son from daycare. Doing well, man. Hope you're doing well.
YK is awesome.
As well as your son, who everything's well at work. And yeah, man, doing well.
Yeah, him and Drew are the goats when it comes to.
Oh,
support.
dude, he comments on everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he
for
gives
sure.
you great comments. It's not like good
Yeah.
review. But no, keep doing that, guys. I'm not trying to diss you, but why
Yeah.
he like watches your videos and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch out for this point you made. Like that makes you
Yeah.
feel good because
Yeah.
you said it for a reason.
Right. Yeah,
But still
he
comment
does.
good reviews. Don't
He
feel
does.
bad for that.
No more good review comments anymore, guys. Be specific.
I'm not getting no more comments on my videos like F Zach. You don't appreciate me.
I try to leave something if I can. If it's
You definitely do.
If it's something, other than just good review. Because I know you guys want to interact, so that's the whole point.
We had whole conversations on both of our channels.
Exactly. Another thing with streaming is that it's all compressed picture image, whereas physical media most of the time it's not. Very true. And then you have to pay extra to get the good format Menage. It's Netflix. It's like I think like $20-some over here for 4K, which is ridiculous. 22. It's crazy.
Yeah, and again that goes back into the whole DVD Blu-ray thing. The standard, the very cheap package. People just gonna go for that. That's DVD quality. It's fine for them. So
yeah, I agree on all that. Since it was a good experience for Mike during the Madam Web watch because he was probably the only one in the theater. Were you the only one?
No, I actually wasn't in, believe it or not. No, but I think it's because it's half term here in the UK, so it means like the schools are off, kind of thing. It was in the biggest screen at my local cinema. I don't know how many seats it has. There was maybe about 10, 15 people in maximum.
Okay, that's not bad.
Wasn't many, but no, it was a nice experience, unlike Bob Marley.
Yeah. I was going to say, I watched a lot of reviews, and, between your review and Zach's reviews, I mean, neither of one of you guys loved it, obviously, but you guys were one of the more positive than just having a rant about the movie. So,
I think man, I think it's one of... Sorry, Zach, go on.
No, I'm going to say, go ahead. You go first.
No, go on, dude.
I was gonna say, okay, based on what Ryan said, because with Ryan, a lot of times when I see him review certain stuff, I'm ready to laugh because I know he's about to tear this. One of the funniest laughs I had in a week was him reviewing Skinamarink. What I tell you, that shit was, even though I love the movie, it was so funny. It was amazing. But when he doesn't totally hate a film, even with Skinamarink, he actually gave it he threw some positives in there. So, what I like about Ryan is, he'll shred a movie, but then he'll find a way to sneak a positive in there for 2 seconds and then go back to shredding it. And I like that because I don't like when people are just Angry Joe, or no offense to him, but when you're just trashing something all the time and it's just that's not, to me, that's not a review. That's more just a rant. You got to give me both because there might be something in there I might like and I don't care about the things that you didn't like. So give me both so I can make a decision. And that's what I try to do. I think Ryan does a really good job at it. He'll knock you down on the negatives hard, but that's fine because he's good at it. And I'm just I don't want to hurt their feelings. So I like balanced reviews like that. So I'm glad that you also gave a balanced review because everybody's just this is the worst movie ever. I'm like, did you see Mega Lightning? Did you see
Cocaine Shark last year?
Yeah. Did you see what's the one with the animal? Oh my god, the animal. The sloth or whatever. The sloth.
Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse. Come on, dude. This is not worse than those movies. Blood and Honey. Come on.
Zach, you know what it is, man? I was about to say the same thing. Everyone's saying Madam Web's terrible. It's the worst movie or worst superhero movie and stuff ever. And you're right, man. These movies you just mentioned there, Winnie the Pooh, or I don't know if you've ever seen The Amazing Bulk.
No.
Don't. That's all I can say. But man, those movies we have are for Ryan, all jacked up and kind of worms or full of worms or whatever it's called. I'm Madam Web can't be worse than them.
No.
Those for me are bottom of the barrel movies. So yeah, I don't think Madam Web was don't get me wrong, it's not great by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah,
the ADR and the villain's awful.
Oh my god.
It's bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
but like it still had some positives to it, and ultimately I didn't find myself bored when watching it.
I'll say that I was never bored. I was either like, this is entertaining, or what is happening? Why is this happening? Why is she driving a stolen taxi the whole movie?
Right.
Yeah.
And the taxi driver never reported stolen or anything.
He definitely did. They just didn't care to write any cops in this movie. Oh man, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to make fun of the movie, but there is some positives.
And I think also too, it goes back to the fact that all three of us watch a lot of movies too. So when you watch a lot of movies, your range of movies and what your tolerance is a little bit different, I think. Like, I think you can always say and agree that, okay, I haven't seen Man of Web, but obviously it's bad. But like we were saying, like there's smaller stuff out there that's worse. Or like even though this may not be the most effort they put into a superhero film, it's not anywhere near as bad as some of the other smaller films that we've seen that a lot of people that are watching Madam Web will never watch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. Like if I was to take Madam Web compared to like say Bad Things and That Should a Movie We Watched or All Jacked Up or Winnie the Pooh, I would watch Madam Web any day of the week.
Right.
And when you only watch superhero films, I can see why you're so mad at it. If that's the only thing you watch, this is like the worst of all time, whatever. But even like that, I'm thinking about it like I saw Ghost Rider 2. Ghost Rider 2's Catwoman is probably worse than this.
Yeah.
Like people forget about those movies.
Yeah, Catwoman. Yeah.
Elektra?
Daredevil, Elektra's awful.
Daredevil theatrical version might be better than this. The extended edition is definitely better than this, but Elektra is awful.
I've never seen it. I've heard it.
Yeah, don't hear about it. Don't see it. Don't even look for. If you find it at Goodwill for $1, just leave it there.
Don't do it, Ryan.
Kenny says people were talking all through my Madam Web screening. The movie broke from them so bad. People were talking to each other out loud between rows. The social contract was broken and nobody cared.
Damn.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hate that.
I don't even care how bad a movie is. Shut up.
Yeah. I agree. Well, Ryan has that luxury all the time. He's the only one ever who goes to his cinema. So
yeah, I try to go to times when I know nobody's going to go there. Like I have this one cinema that a lot of people don't go to, like ever. I don't know how it stays in business. I guess I'm the only one that supports them, but I'll go in there, and I've gone to like 5 movies in a row. I'm the only person in there.
Wow. They must be seeing you and like, bless this man. You're saving us.
Yeah. I'll go in there, and I'll be the only one, and it's an older theater, so I guess that's why, and just like the location. Honestly, if you pulled up during the day and you passed by there, dude, it looks like an abandoned building, man. It looks pretty sad.
Damn.
Like they need to paint it and spruce it up a little bit because the theater's, it was made in '99. They haven't done any like updates to it. It's still got the original seats and everything. So yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we're gonna have an episode where we talk about like theater etiquette and theaters and stuff, and I'm definitely gonna dive into like my theater experience and just like how my day-to-day, like, you know, whenever I go to a theater like that, like how it is, because everybody has different experiences and stuff too.
Right.
But I don't know, Zach, if you have to get ready to head out, because I know it's 7:00 and then you got your other stream.
Yeah. I probably do 15 more minutes.
Okay. I just don't want to rush you. I just want to make sure you're aware of the time.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
All right. Cool. We got Angela in here. Hey, Angela. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling okay. I know
Thanks
you're
for tuning in.
Issues. Let's see. We got Collector Movie Man in here saying, "Hey, Zach."
Hey, man. Thank you for joining live stream, man.
Hey, what's going on?
We got YK saying, "I'm with you, Zach. I need the disc for the video games. I can't stand it not being in there and miss the days when the games comes with a booklet or a manual." Yeah, I noticed that too. I haven't bought a game in a while, but I remember the last few games I bought, I'm like, there's no manual anymore.
It's just on the disc, and like you can click, oh, you need to know the basic controls, and it's like 1 page.
It really, yeah. That's bad.
Yeah.
I miss having the big, massive instruction books you used to get.
The only time you get that now is if you get it from a boutique indie place. They give you booklets and stuff.
So when you guys buy games, do you guys go to like smaller stores, or like do you just go to like a big store and like, because like really Walmart and Target just usually have like I think Target has like the basic game selection. I feel like I've gone in there and like I've gone through it a couple times because like my wife will buy a game once in a while, or my son, and I feel it's like the same like 15 or 20 games in there, and they don't really update much. And then like GameStop is kind of, I mean, they definitely have shortened their inventory. They've gone downhill. So, I mean,
I don't know what it's like for you guys. I know you guys have like GameStop.
yeah.
Is there EB Games over there?
Yeah, but really, if I was Zach, I'll be honest with you, dude. It's mainly like, so we have a shop called Game, and you know, back when it used to be, you know, all game formats and like pretty much like, you know, new and used copies, and they still have like new and used copies, but now half, like, quarter of the store's video games and the rest of it's all toys, because they just aren't selling the games, and that store now has stopped taking used games completely.
Oh wow.
Because
they're selling more toys and new games, and they're making more money off them, so they're not taking trade-ins anymore.
Wow.
The CX store, where we buy the used physical media, they sell used games, but again, it depends if people start trading the games in, or I think they're trying to go more digital with gaming as well.
Yeah, the same thing that's happening to the film is happening to the video game industry, but I think the video gamers are fighting back harder than the moviegoers, unfortunately.
Well, you're paying more for the games. Like for a movie,
That's
you're
true.
paying $20 to $30. If you're paying 56, I think games are what, 60, $70 now?
Now, yeah.
And did that Steelbook that you got, did they make you pay like $70 for that just to
No,
give you
more.
a digital code?
It's more than that. Yeah, Steelbook is $20 more than that.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Well, I understand why they're fighting back. That's crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they started doing that with Steelbooks, where you get say like
God.
the Marvel show, they don't do disc or whatever, and they just give you a
don't even
code.
say that out loud. As soon as you started saying that, I was like, Disney, do not listen to this man. Please don't do that. You start getting Steelbooks with a digital code in it, I will fight every distributor. I need to take a week off. I have to go fly places and fight CEOs.
Yeah. I mean, Disney's kind of weird like that, though, because like a lot of their movies, like Poor Things, that should be a 4K, dude. They're only doing Blu-ray for that. Like, come on.
It's such a gorgeous film. I can't believe they're doing that.
It's fact is they own too many damn studios is the problem.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Poor Things will probably get a release through Arrow, though, or Criterion.
Yeah.
Maybe Criterion.
I can see Criterion. Oh, you're right. I'm probably gonna wait to see if Criterion, or maybe Sony with this deal might say, "Hey, you know, let's do a 4K."
Mm-hmm. I know Criterion is doing Anatomy of a Fall, but they're only doing the Blu-ray for it.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, they're only doing the Blu-ray for it. So maybe they'll do it eventually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Menagia says, physical media, are we also forgetting we collectors get great collector sets, especially for those collectors like my set? Love great packaging, the amount of care and effort go into the Arrow sets. Yeah, Arrow always does a lot of really cool sets. I know, like Vinegar Syndrome, like a lot of those boutique, they do a lot of those cool sets. It's just a lot of times I don't even know what the movies are, and it's tough to pay $60 from some random movie that I've never heard of before. But the box art and everything, and they do put like great work into their stuff. So like I'm totally agreeing with that.
Yeah, it's a lot of older movies I never heard of.
It is, yeah. Especially if it's like 80s or something, I probably haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's see. Najia says, most of the time the films we love and want to own also in physical media get the care and attention it deserves. Physical media deserves special treatment. Definitely.
I agree.
And then he says, films have spanned over so many great labels, Arrow, Second Sight. We also get numerous editions we can opt for. Very true.
I'm like saving all these sites he just said. Second Sight?
Yeah, I think that's...
I need places now.
I think that's an Australian brand, I believe.
Yeah, it says UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to do some good ones.
and we get to own the damn thing. It's not like Netflix or something can take it away from us. We have this thing in our collection. How about I call my physical collection Netflix?
Ooh, I want to talk about there's a big thing controversy happening. So for anime
Oh.
fans, Crunchyroll was a thing, Funimation was a thing. Sony bought Funimation and is fusing Funimation into Crunchyroll. But if
Yeah.
you bought things off of Funimation, like physically bought it and you got like a digital copy or whatever, you cannot get that on Crunchyroll. So like they're just gone.
Wow.
You paid for it and now you just can't have access to it anymore. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crap.
Wow, that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Too much control.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Wow, that's a shame, though.
Collector Movie Man says the last religious movie he saw was Passion of the Christ. That was a good movie. I saw it a long time ago, but it was a good movie.
Same.
Let's see.
Meanwhile.
One of the movies I want on physical media that will probably never get it is Knives Out, Glass Onion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I thought Knives Out was on Blu-ray.
The
original first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the first one is. Yeah, so that one is. Yeah.
The second one's not.
No. Oh, I thought you meant both of them there. I was like, oh, I'm sure the first one was, but okay.
Yeah, the first one
Makes
I have
sense.
on 4K. I got it cheap, I remember. But the second one doesn't have one, and then I know they're supposedly making a third one.
Okay.
Yeah, they made a 4-movie deal with Netflix. So.
Oh my gosh, we're getting 4 of those. Wow. People
I
really
like them, so I don't mind as long as they switch up the cast. I'm fine.
Yeah, they'll do that. They can always do a big cast.
Right.
I don't like the streaming service when they decide what we can watch and when we can't. I do not support streaming service. I pretty much don't either for the most part. I mean, we have Netflix, but I wouldn't say like I'm on there like every day. And mainly my wife uses it for like TV shows, which I think a lot of people use it for is for TV shows. I think Netflix is like king of the TV shows.
Yeah.
And I feel like
they have more quality TV shows than movies.
That, and I feel like a lot of like since it was the first streaming service, like everybody knows it, and like it's the streaming service because of that.
Yeah.
So, and everything else is just kind of there.
And they just always put out a lot of content. Like
that's true.
Compared to everybody else, it's just every week it's like at least 3 or 4 shows, if not 10.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff to watch and keep up with. A lot of stuff that goes unnoticed that people don't know about.
Yeah. One thing I'll give Netflix credit for is international, like making international TV shows popular.
Oh yeah,
right.
Like Squid Game, like that's something normally Americans wouldn't watch. You know.
Yeah, and then they did the reality show and everything, which I didn't watch the reality show, but I watched the regular show.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be doing an American remake. I'm like, we didn't even get season 2 of the original. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's just going to be going on and on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny says he actually liked New Mutants. Okay.
I
haven't seen it, so I can't comment. I don't know.
Wasn't terrible. Wasn't great.
Cal's calling you out. He says he hasn't seen half the X-Men movies. Stop lying, Zach. Dark Phoenix is way better than the Mutants.
One, I've seen every single X-Men movie except the 2 Wolverine movies and Dark Phoenix. Okay. And New Mutants. So is that half? Maybe he's right. Hold on. So there's 3 original X-Men films. Then there's 3 Logan.
4. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what 7, and then I didn't see. No, okay, I see more than half.
Oh,
that's funny.
And I see the Deadpool movies. Yeah, I've seen most of them. Shut up, Kal-El.
Collector Movie Man saying, "What are some of your guys' favorite movies that you own?"
Oh, that's a good question.
I have a Logan Steelbook with the noir version on it. I have a Parasite Steelbook that has the noir version on it, and I have a really cool Nightcrawler Steelbook from Grove. Those are like 3 off the top of my head that I can think of.
Yeah, I have the Hunger Games Steelbook set, both the original 4, which I remember I showed that off. And then I got the new Hunger Games Steelbook, the one they just released for Songbirds and Snakes. And I would say most of my Steelbooks, like those are probably like the stuff that like I cherish and of owning. Also the Kingsman Steelbook set I have is pretty nice as well. So I would say like those are like stuff that like I'm proud to have. And I like a box set if it's a movies that I like. Like I have like a Paranormal Activity box set. I have all those, and then it has the last movie, the 7th movie, exclusively on Blu-ray, which is just in that set. And then it also has a documentary that it comes with it as well, which is just exclusive in that set, I believe as well. Or I think it may be on Paramount Plus too or something. But the documentary is very interesting. And then like it just talks about how they made the films on the budget and everything like that. I love stuff like that, especially like
me too.
Something really low budget like that, like learning how they did it. It's really cool. So I would say like all those are like what I cherish the most.
Nice, man.
Let's see. Clutch says the original Wonka scares me.
Yeah, you told me that before.
Interesting.
It's got some creepy stuff in it, for sure.
Yeah.
Kenny says me and Zach disagree on 90% of the movies we review.
This is also true. Same similar thing. But when we both love a movie, it's like, do we just become best friends?
That's funny. But it's cool though, because like we all have the same interest. And like I said, it's I love the suspense of going into somebody's review and like trying to guess like if you think they're gonna like it or not. And there's some people like I'm stumped of like what they're gonna like.
Yo, the Spoiler Kings, they like every scene they're like, I bet Zach, they like bet during their live shows, I bet Zach liked this one. What the hell? I remember I came in the live stream, they were talking about me. What's going on? I'm not even on here.
Oh man.
And thank you for correcting my name, Kenny. It's CH.
Zach, my friend, I've subscribed to you, and hopefully I will soon check out your content on your channel. I can see already you have great content.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Much appreciated.
Awesome. Thanks, Menagio.
Hey, we got the Tennis Reaper Cinnamon here. Hey, man. How's it going today?
How's it going?
Today? My day has been going pretty well. I'm on the stream, and I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And then he also is asking how everybody else is doing in the chat.
Doing good.
Menagio says, and Ryan and Mike, I subscribed to you guys for a long time now, so you know how much I am massive fan to your channel. I appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate it. And you've been on the stream, so I definitely appreciate it, man.
This guy seems awesome.
Definitely, man. Thank you for your support. Thanks for subbing to Zach as well.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all the support and love. Collector Movie Man says, I'm seeing Dune Sunday, and from the reviews that I've heard, it is absolutely a masterpiece. They're calling it the new Star Wars now. Whoa.
You know what's funny about that though is like Star Wars is a copy of a Dune, so I hate that the fact that everybody's like it's the new Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
Well, because the Dune books came out first.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And George Lucas took inspiration from those books to make Star Wars.
Oh, interesting.
The thing is, the second movie's bound to be better because the first Dune from a few years ago was more just like an explanation of the world.
It was a setup. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it felt like. So, like this movie, they don't have to do that. They could just be like, right, battle galore.
I feel like it's supposed to be one long movie, and he was like, "We can't make a 6-hour film, so I'm gonna split it up."
Wow.
Yeah.
Because the first Dune, with the way it ends, I was like, "Wait, whoa, what are you doing?" They're just walking.
It felt a bit incomplete.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. I get that.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it and see how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Kenny saying Zola was fantastic.
Oh, cool.
And Cinemax saying again, Ordinary was pretty good, but Malignant was better, right, Mike?
No,
he does not like. He does not like Malignant.
I love Malignant.
I like Malignant. Mike does not.
I might have to rewatch it, but I remember in the cinema, no.
Yeah, I might have to do a watch along on my channel and invite you over and make you love it. Look at the camp. Look at the John Wick. Look at the horror. It's like 17 movies in one. I love it.
Yeah, I think I remember Malignant, like the first half of it, I was like really digging. I was like, wow, this is cool. And like the kind of creepy colors and the tones and stuff. I was really enjoying it. Then I get to that police station scene. I was like, oh no. And I was like, I'm gone.
That's when that happened. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, everyone was, and I was just like, no. But yeah, I think I need to rewatch it. I've only seen it since at the cinema, and that's it.
Fair enough.
I think we'll have to say goodbye to Zach. I think, man, it's
7:16.
oh man,
I don't want you to be late for your stream.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I gotta make thumbnails and stuff like that. Oh, but so many comments.
Thanks for being on, Zach. And it's good to meet you, dude.
Yeah, thanks. We're gonna work. I'm gonna check out your videos. We're gonna work. You're such a cool dude. Thank you, Ryan, for making me, introducing me to him.
Yeah, definitely.
And having me on here. We still gotta do our Saint Mod watch along. I didn't forget about that.
Oh yes.
Oh, nice.
Now that it's on streaming and everything, it's gonna be easier for us to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you everybody that's been in this chat. You guys have a great chat going, and everybody that's checking out my channel. I appreciate all you guys. One last question I have for you guys before I go. What's what physical media that you don't have yet, but that you want is just expensive?
Ooh,
okay, that's a good one.
I'll answer it quick because I know off the top of my head because I've been looking for it forever. It's in Best Buy still. John Wick Chapter 1 through 4, but it's in like a package where's the book that he beat the guy up to death in the third movie.
I've seen it.
I want it so bad, but it's like $78.
Yeah, I think for me, I want to get that whole Hobbit 4K set because I have the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But dude, I think like the Hobbit set's still like $80.
Someone just bought me all 6 movies on 4K together at my job for Secret Santa.
Wow.
I was like,
that's a gift.
That is a hell of a gift, especially since you only know me for like 3 months. You must be balling out of control.
Dang.
It wasn't secondhand because the wrapping was still on it. So
wow.
I was like, I don't even want to open this.
Crazy.
Man, that's all. I'm gonna go probably same with you, Ryan. Yeah, I'm after the Hobbit 4K trilogy and Lord of the Rings trilogy as well, like the extended editions though.
Yeah, the trilogy I got for Christmas because my dad got it on deal because it was on like a Black Friday deal, and I was like, Dad, buy this for Christmas. It's the cheapest it's ever been. Just buy it.
Please get it now.
So Hobbit it has never gone down. I've watched it, but if it ever does, I'll pick that up.
But once again, appreciate all you guys. I'll see you. Oh, my headphone fell out. That's telling me to leave. I'll see you guys and we'll work again soon. Everybody have a good night.
Take it easy, man. See you in a little bit.
See you.
See you, dude.
All right. Man, we still got the comments rocking, man.
And thanks to everyone who's tuning in live after the fact as well. I really hope you enjoyed this live stream series with me and Ryan as well.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's something a little different.
Definitely.
And then Collector Movie Man says he's seeing Dune Part 2 on Sunday. From what he's heard, the movie's absolute masterpiece, and they're calling it new Star Wars.
Yeah, I mentioned that before, but yeah, enjoy it, dude.
Someone once commented, good review 2 minutes after I posted a 14-minute video. Yes, I've had that. And that's how you know somebody's not watching.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate that.
Yep. Or sometimes yeah, I've had that. I know that I've had that.
2 minutes into 14 minutes, man. He's poor. Can you please do this intro? Get this intro music on. Hey guys, welcome to the channel.
That's always good review. It's a good review.
I think you've killed Ryan over there.
Well, we got YK's laughing about it too. Oh man!
Oh, I'm sorry, Kenny.
That was pretty funny.
That's hilarious, man.
If they don't bring out Knives Out 2 by the end of this year, there's someone I'm following on Instagram who can get bootleg copies of the movies in 4K. I'm just gonna own it that way. Yeah, I mean, there's always that option. I know there's a bootleg out there for Barbarian on Blu-ray, but I would like a nice physical copy of it personally. So I'm gonna wait.
They're going to. That movie's popular.
Eventually.
Yeah.
For the budget that is being thrown at many Hollywood movies, there's no excuse for them to be so crappy. That's true.
I think the problem is with that sin, and I guess this is for like another stream as well, but I'll just quickly mention it here. I guess Madam Web, a perfect example, right, Ryan? Like, so the director of that, someone called S.J. Clarkson. And I looked up this filmography after I watched the movie because I didn't want to research anything before I went into it or anything like that. And I didn't really watch anyone's reviews at all. So that director is pretty much just done like TV work, but not so much like directing like, multiple seasons of a show, like maybe like episode here or there of different shows, right?
Right.
And they've done like a little mini series before, and like that's it. So that director probably has a lack of experience with big names like Emma Roberts, Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney, Adam Scott, whatever. But then not just that, but then on top of that, Madam Web had like 4 writers.
Yeah.
So at the same time, it's like, with Sin's point about Hollywood movies being so crappy, a lot of these movies nowadays, I'm noticing, have 3 writers. And you just think, like, how did it take 4 people to write, especially Madam Web, like, how did it take 4 people to write that script?
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. They're getting in these directors because they're cheaper to get.
Yep.
Than a more expensive one. So you can throw a 200 million budget at Madam Web, but if you've got a director who hasn't got more experience and 4 writers and a team to write Madam Web, it's not going to be great.
Much. Yeah.
No. So I think that's also another thing about, like, kind of, if you say it's the worst movie ever, it's not their fault, so to say.
Yeah, I think though that's a trend though in Hollywood right now is a lot of these movies, and you know it too, when you go to watch it and we go to look up the director, we go, oh, it's a first time director. And I do think it has to be something where they pay them less money. And it's great that they get the opportunity to do it. But sometimes the lack of experience, like for instance, Miller's Girl, that was a first time director and first time writer pretty much. So when you're having them do all of that, have to worry about shooting the movie and all this other stuff that they've got to do in their duties.
Yeah.
It's very hard for the lack of experience is going to show. And that movie is like their stepping stone to getting on the map. And it's a scary situation too, because like a movie like Miller's Girl, that movie panned, like it didn't make any money. It was out of the theater real quick. Yeah. Who knows, like, what kind of work that director is going to get in the future, because nobody watched the movie, and the people that did watch the movie, we didn't like it. So,
yeah, man, I agree. It's like, imagine throwing me or you directing Madam Web, because we're cheaper to get than like Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I would shit my pants if they put me in that director's chair.
Well, yeah.
I'd be like a deer in headlights. I wouldn't know what the hell to do.
Well, that too, and like you're judged even more harshly with a superhero movie more than anything because it's so mainstream. Like everybody watches it, even people that don't watch a lot of movies. They're gonna go watch that movie because it's a superhero movie, and But I don't know. I don't think I'd want to do a superhero movie. If I was a director, I don't think I would. I think I'd want to do more so like maybe like an indie project, like maybe a horror movie, but not start out with a horror movie. Maybe something a little bit more simpler, like a drama movie or something like that, and then get into other stuff. But I wouldn't want to do big budget $200 million movies. That wouldn't be something I would be interested in.
I think. I get where you're coming from. I kind of agree. I think it depends on the movie you get.
That's true.
Like a superhero movie. Like if they said to you, Ryan, like, right, we want you for a superhero movie, but you can kind of do your own thing with it. Like a bit like a James Gunn with Guardians. Like, yeah, he has to connect certain things, but most part, he can just do what he wants. Like it'd be better because you're not like, like Doctor Strange has to connect 10 other movies in the future or X, Y, and Z projects. Because then obviously that's going to stop you as a director from doing your vision of what you want. Because you have to connect 4 different other movies into one.
That's tough.
So I think it depends. Yeah, but I definitely get where you come
from. He's saying Tennis Reaper saying Madam Web versus Morbius versus Ghost Rider 2. Add Catwoman in the mix. Dude, I've heard so many people say Catwoman is terrible, but I've never seen it.
Oh, Ryan, it's bad.
It's really that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Worse than Madam Web?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I say, man, I honestly think Madam Web's getting a lot of hate it doesn't really deserve. It's not great, but it's not utterly terrible.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest movie plot hole? I think F9 explaining how Han is alive.
Oh,
Gosh, that's tough. Plot hole.
I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of movies a bit like what Drew said where they bring back a dead character and you're like, what? Like, why did they do that for?
Yeah. Well, F9 just doesn't give any. Doesn't give no Fs. I mean, they're going to do whatever they want. I mean, for all we know, the next movie, they'll say it's going to be a serious movie, and then we'll have like a T-Rex in the movie, like chasing them in the car or something. It'll be T-Rex and Furious.
I'm telling you, one day there'll be a race Vin Diesel against alien UFO.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't know what they're going to do. So, no. I don't know.
I don't know, Drew. I know, but you bring up a good one.
That is a good one. I agree on that one. Najee says, did you guys know Jennifer Garner is back? She's definitely reprising her role as Elektra from the Fox universe in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm so hyped for this film. I can't wait. I'm not sure if he's being sarcastic or not.
Najee, did you watch Elektra?
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Don't, Ryan. Don't do it.
Maybe he's being sarcastic.
I hope so.
He says, do you guys think this Deadpool film will be a tribute and farewell to the Fox universe? Hence, meaning, are we going to see a fair amount of Fox legacy characters with the experience or with appearances like Fantastic Four? Yeah, possibly if they're planning to connect it like that.
Yeah, you got to think they've got to address the whole Fox universe to start with, and you even saw a Deadpool trailer, and it was in a leaked photo behind with the 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Studios like logo like in the background, like buried, like it crashes or something. I don't know. So all those characters in the past X-Men that Marvel's probably never going to get back, or maybe a cameo to like those actors have moved on, so to say. They're gonna have to kill them off because they're connecting Deadpool with the MCU. So they're gonna have to address all these X-Men movies and who they're going to keep around and not. So yeah, I think we'll probably get some cameos. Like Elektra, I can't imagine keeping around. They'll probably kill her off or something,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm not gonna watch a bunch of trailers for it. I got the one trailer already. I'm good. Gonna just go watch it.
Same here, Ryan. Same here.
I'm kind of. I was just telling my friend today. I'm kind of over them doing like 2 and 3 trailers for every movie. Like, just do one trailer. Create intrigue and people go watch it. You don't need to know every detail going into the movie. At least for me, I don't.
No, it spoils the movies nowadays because you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, like they just dropped that second trailer for Civil War today. I don't need a second trailer. I know it's going to be a Civil War. I've seen the trailer, teaser trailer. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to know all the best parts.
But like the Madam Web trailer pretty much showed everything that happens in Madam Web, so...
That's what I've been hearing. So it's like,
what's the point going to see the movie? You've just seen it all in 2 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got Codeman Movies, in the house saying physical is the only way. I hate streaming. Fair enough.
I agree.
Definitely check out that man's channel. He reviews everything. Feel like he's got a new review up every day. He's beating me, I think.
Wow. I'll have to check him out.
Ben Affleck's Daredevil, the X-Men, etc. I don't want to say, but so much stuff has already been spoiled for the film as things were leaked. If you know what I'm talking about, certain supervillains. I haven't read any of it, so I will be surprised.
Same here in that feel.
And he really wants to know: is it adapting the storyline comic run where Deadpool kills the Marvel Fox universe? Just going to sit for a little while.
You have to wait and see, man.
Yeah,
wait and see. Don't spoil it for yourself.
70s for an incomplete game.
It's true, man. It's true. Yeah, like video games over here, Ryan. I don't know about America. Obviously, I know Zach's not on anymore.
Yeah.
But like, so say for example, a brand new. So I'll give you an example. They recently released Avatar on PS5, and I was like, wow, Avatar in the video game, like, wow, that looked great, right? And I think it's
Right.
meant to be okay as far as I'm aware. So when it first came out, it was like 50, 60 pounds, like, $70, $80 for like you guys kind of rate.
Mhm.
And now, dude, like, you can get it for like half the price. It's only been out a few weeks, maybe a month or so.
Oh wow.
So the price over here for your video games drop pretty quick.
Not here.
Yeah. So like for me, like, obviously that's the difference between America and UK, right? Like it drops pretty quick over here.
Wow.
Very few games will keep the price or go up. It's usually Nintendo games though, normally.
Yeah, like Mario games never go down here.
Right. That
Never.
I like Animal Crossing and stuff,
Never. They stay the same price. It's been the same price.
Right.
I think some of the
Right.
original like Mario games and stuff they came out with on Nintendo Switch, they're still like $50.
Yep. Same here, dude. Same here.
Crazy. They hold their value.
Yeah, they do.
It's called Halle Berry accepts her Razzie Award.
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Collector Movie Man says, did you guys hear about Disney Movie Club shutting it down in July, and last time you'll be able to do orders is May, but the good thing is Sony is going to pick up some of the slack. Yeah, we were talking about this early on in the stream. I did read about Disney Movie Club shutting down. I've never ordered from them, so it doesn't really affect me.
I didn't even know about it, I'll be honest with you, till the other day. Yeah.
So it doesn't really affect me, but that's good that they're going to pass the torch on.
Yeah.
We got Andrew in here.
Hey, man, what's going on?
I need to get on the A24 train. I think the only A24 film I technically saw was Moonlight. Also, hope I made it just in time. Oh, yeah, man. And we've been going for a couple of hours, but I appreciate you joining on. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends like what you're looking for. I've never seen Moonlight, actually. That's one I have not seen of theirs. So I can't say, but I've seen quite a bit of their films. I think their first film that I officially saw of theirs was Spring Breakers. And I didn't know back then I wasn't following like film studios and really following it like I am now. So I didn't even know it was A24 at the time. And back then I wasn't watching a lot of movies. So like my movie taste now and how I developed as a critic and just as a movie watcher, I mean, it's way different than back then. Like back then, I didn't understand like The Witch or like some of their crazy like artistic movies. So like now I love it. So so yeah, there's definitely plenty you can check out by them.
Yeah, I get that.
I just realized you guys aren't talking about A24 anymore. YouTube took me to like 56 or 57 or whatever mark of when you guys are talking about A24. I still pay my point A24. That's fine.
It's all good, man. All good.
They're doing better than the Hercule films. Oh, Murder on the Orient Express. I think he's referring to the Knives Out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're definitely more popular.
Yeah, Death on an Owl was not good. And that new one, was it Haunting of Venice? Oh, sleeper movie. Bad movie. Dude, I almost fell asleep in the theater on that one, dude. That's I don't do that usually. So
Richard will be proud.
He would.
I seen more Murder on the Orient Express at the cinema. I thought it was okay. And the other two, I know they're on Disney Plus if I want to catch them, but I've had no desire to, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I heard Death in the Nile green screen was awful.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
I've heard.
But not as bad as the green screen that I watched the other night. I watched Yogi Bear the other night. That's so bad. Yogi Bear. It's like the kid movie.
Was that from like 2013-ish?
I think around that time, but it was really bad green screen. I was like, wow, this makes Death on the Nile look tolerable.
Oh man, that says something.
Well, it was so bad. It's just like you could tell, like they're so fake. Like they're not even in like a forest. I mean, the Amazing Bulk may have given it a run, maybe.
Yogi Bear not in the first, but just in some studio backlot.
Oh, dude, it was bad. I gave that a half star, man. Kenny Sparks says the Squid Game reality show was a lot of fun. I just didn't have desire to watch that. I just like the regular show.
Don't do it, Ryan.
I'm not gonna do it.
Nah, like the reality show, I think was okay for what it was. It was like 10 episodes, Ryan, and I'll be honest, dude, it could have been made into like 6.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like in that reality show, is you got a few of the people who's gone on it, and you'll get like little clips of them where they're just sat and talking from the camera, like commentating on what they're doing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get eliminated, and you don't see them again.
No,
and it's kind of like, well, why are they having this commentary moment if they're going to last for like an episode and they're out?
Nah.
It was a lot of that, so it felt like it could have been cut to 6 episodes. It would have been better.
Nah, I'm good. I'll pass.
Yeah. Don't do it. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Kenny.
Streaming services never had the films you want to watch, and when they did, they never released it again until they remove it. For example, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000 films. Come on now, man. Yeah.
True.
It's definitely annoying. Andrew says, don't bother with Dark Phoenix.
I agree. It's awful.
Nightcrawler got a steelbook. That sounds awesome. Need to revisit that.
I like Nightcrawler, yeah. I don't think it's truly phenomenal, but it's a good movie.
I don't know if I've seen that or not. Not sure.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I don't remember watching it.
That's fair.
He says, didn't the original Dune come out before or after Star Wars? I think it came out. I heard the book came out before it, is what Zach was saying. But I think, because didn't the original Star Wars come out in the 70s? Was it the 70s they came out?
Yeah.
Okay, so the books came before, and then the movies for Star Wars, I think, came before Dune got its big screen. And Najee says, and when I talk about the 80s and 90s, I'm referring to horror films, where the love for horror films from that time period, they're never on streaming service. It's like most of these. So it seems like most of the 80s horror films I've seen on like Tubi. I think he's over in your neck of the woods though, so I don't think he has Tubi, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think ours is more like Freevee.
Okay.
Maybe like Freevee or Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime have a few, yeah. So have a look at them, Michelle.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Tubi has a lot of like sleazy slasher 80s and like a lot of strange old stuff that I've never heard of. So if he had access to that, he would enjoy that.
I think so.
Collector Movie Man and I follow both of you. I'm going to check out Zach's live.
Oh, hey, thanks,
Perfectly
man.
fine. Appreciate that you enjoyed ours.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys watching as well.
Yeah, definitely. All these comments. Dang, man. It says, mine is the Game of Thrones Steelbook set. They're charging $400 on eBay for it now. Brand new. That is insane. But I think there's like a lot of seasons, though. Like 10 seasons or something.
8, I think.
Something like that.
8, yeah. And plus, obviously, it's finished now. So I guess getting a brand new is going to be harder to get.
That's true.
So I understand, yeah. That's a great pickup, though. At $400. Wow.
Yeah, it is. And then, and I love my horror with so much passion. With horror, obviously there are some genres you narrow it down, but trust me, I have all the films I love preserved on physical. I'm such a sucker. Hey, man, that's great. I'm glad that you're, you're getting all into the physical media and grabbing, everything that you enjoy.
This is physical.
For sure. Cinemax says I'm working overtime tonight, so I'm still here. Hey, man, dedication. Getting that money. So you can go to the theater every night.
Yeah.
And buy more figures.
Oh, yeah. Cinema trips and figures, man. That's all it is.
He's the king of figures. I want to know how many he has.
Oh,
he's got to have a few hundred.
Easily.
Then there were 2. Oh yeah, round 2, 24-hour stream. So.
No, not tonight, my friend. Not tonight.
Drew says, "What are some of your biggest movie hot takes?"
Oh man,
I don't like The Lost Boys.
I agree.
I
agree.
Trying to think. What else I don't like?
Madam Web's not as bad as everyone's saying.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I'm trying to think of anything else I can think of.
I don't know. On Top of Rip, it's pretty hard.
I like both Venom movies, and a lot of people don't like them.
Yeah, I'm not huge on them.
Can't think of anything else at the moment.
Nah, good question, Drew.
That's a good question. I feel like the only way to discover these hidden under gems, you'll find them in physical media. Very true.
I agree.
Here's a huge hot take. I have Furious 7 is one of the better movies that came out in 2015. In fact, I think it's better than the 2015 movie, The Avengers Age of Ultron. Wow. Okay. That is a hot take. Honestly, I haven't watched either of them in forever, to be honest. But I didn't mind Age of Ultron, and I can't remember all the Fast and Furious movies. I'd have to rewatch them. The few that stick out to me is like the first 2 always stuck out to me because I used to watch those 2 a lot before I had them on physical media. They were always on TV.
Right.
So I watched them all the time. So the first 2 I knew pretty well.
Okay.
If this is the case with Fox characters, imagine Chris Evans is back as the Human Torch.
Nah,
I don't know
think
about
he's
that.
done with Marvel.
And then he says, and Marvel Studios will just call it a variant of Chris Evans or Captain America.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Cinemax says, I didn't know about the new trailer of Civil War. I'll skip that second trailer too because I want to be surprised. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't people want to go and be surprised when they go into a movie? Why do you want to know everything before you go into a movie? I don't understand that.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
Tears of the Kingdom was like $60. I've never heard of that game, so I can't comment. Have you heard of that?
No, I don't think so. But wow.
He is a big gamer. I know that.
Oh, okay.
Because let's face it, Deadpool 3 is...
Oh, man.
Deadpool 2 and Fox film series in line with the X-Men, even though Deadpool has gone to the MCU now.
We'll wait and see, Minaj. We'll wait and see, man.
Let's see. Spring Breakers is A24. No way. Yeah, it was. It's one of the beginning movies. I think they started in like 2012 or 2013, something like that. If you go on their website, it's listed on there.
I'd like to say 2013, that one, but I might be wrong.
It's around somewhere around there. This is a random question. What's your least favorite episode of SpongeBob? My least favorite is Wormy.
Oh man.
God.
Jeez.
It's still going, but like I think I've only watched I've watched probably the first 8 or 9 seasons. And I'm trying to think. Because like Nickelodeon always shows SpongeBob like all day long over here.
Right.
They don't put like anything else on. I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm just wondering, will he ever get his boating license? I'm trying to think of like the one I don't like the episode. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like it, but I hate when they turn the Krusty Krab and they start making salads instead of having the burgers anymore and making it really boring. But it's a funny episode though, because they have like Mr. Krabs like being a robot pretty much.
Okay.
So okay. I don't know if you watch a lot of SpongeBob, but it just sticks in my head.
I think it's one of those things, right? And like a bit like you, maybe I've seen episodes here and there. I've seen like the original SpongeBob movie and stuff like that. Like I really like SpongeBob, but
yeah,
can't think of episodes top of my head though. It's all just the same. Plankton wants the secret formula.
Yeah.
SpongeBob's got an issue with Gary or whatever. You know, it's the same thing, really.
Yeah, I just remember with Plankton, he always goes, ravioli, ravioli, give me the formioli.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other episodes that I
Oh
like.
man.
The Hack Slinging Slasher. That's a good episode. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't know, dude.
It's one of the
I
earlier
don't know.
episodes.
Probably.
I think the reason why I just remember a lot of them is because, like, if we go over to my grandma's house or something, he ends up watching SpongeBob on TV. It's always the old episodes that come on. So, I don't know.
Oh man.
That's why I remember him.
It's just a great show, though.
Yeah. Nightcrawler has Jake Gyllenhaal. Yep, I remember that.
Does.
This may say outrageous, but every time they show the close-up of the insect, it was too much for me. I'm assuming he's talking about SpongeBob. Unless he's talking about something else.
Don't know. Is
Not
it about
sure.
it freaks from earlier? Like,
Maybe that's what he's talking about. I don't know. Because we're getting closer to the end of the comments, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Dave here. Hey, y'all. What's up, Dave?
Hey, man. What's going on? Hope you doing
Just
well.
got out of Scene Out of Darkness. I hope you enjoyed it.
Nice.
I know you watched my review and you weren't sure if it was in your area, so hopefully you liked it. I just know I went the other night. The wife did not like that movie. Actually, we were pretty much the only ones in the theater, and she did the stuff that we always say, breaking out the phone. And she was like, I'm not watching this. I'm done with it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and honestly, she didn't know anything about it. And when we went to go watch it, it was just kind of a hangout, and she didn't know anything like a trailer or what it was about. And she was like, yeah, this is not for me about 40 minutes in.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, believe it or not, man, obviously I saw your review for it and stuff, and I was like, yeah, part of it sounds, quite intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually getting it on Friday.
Oh, really? Okay.
But like at the cinema that's like further away from me, and it's on like a couple of show times. But we've had like no advertisement at all for that movie.
What's weird is it's a UK product. It's like it was made in I think the studio was like United Kingdom, I think.
Okay.
And it premiered at a London Film Festival in 2022. So I'm surprised that you didn't get a release back then. And then it's weird because after that film festival, it then didn't have like any release until 2023 in May when it went to a Scotland film festival, and then Bleecker Street picked it up and then finally released it this year. So I don't know why it took that long to get distributed and get out there, but maybe it's going to get a wider release now. I don't know.
I say it's only on it like in my area. It's only on the one cinema that's further away.
Yeah, I think I have it in 2 cinemas. And I just got lucky because the cinema that it was at, it was near where my son lives, by my mom's house. So like we just went ahead and just went there because we were already over there. So it worked out.
Right. Cool, man.
Andrew says, the Dave Show has made it. He says, I am here.
Yes, indeed.
And Andrew says, hot take or not, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Street Fighter, and the Matrix sequels, minus Resurrection, are guilty pleasures of mine. Okay. I like most of the Spider-Man movies. I can't really, hate on really any of them, but like, obviously there's like least favorites, maybe of some of them.
Sure.
Matrix, not all the sequels, I would say like I loved, but like, I don't think they're as bad as sometimes people say they are. And then I've never seen Street Fighter.
Nah, never seen Street Fighter. Never seen any Matrix movie.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, man. Never seen any of them.
You gotta at least watch the first one, at least.
I will at some point.
Cinemax says, I just looked up the bootleg of Barbarian, but it won't play on a game console.
Man. That's all I've got.
That sucks.
I'm not getting the bootleg then.
Dave says, I probably won't watch it again if that tells you anything. Okay, so he didn't like it. I had a feeling that he wouldn't like it. me and Dave, we tend to not agree on movies either. It's just sometimes I just know. But then again, like we have like Jason sometimes will think that he won't like something, and then he likes it, and we're like, oh, surprise!
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes I feel like I know some people's taste.
Mhm.
That's why when he was going to go see it, I was like, I don't think he's gonna like it. So I'll look out for your review, see what you say about it.
Yeah, no, I mean Dave's disagreed a few times, so yeah, I get it.
It's all good. In all seriousness, I appreciate everyone in the Blu-ray community and physical media lovers. Like, for real, appreciate you, Mike and Ryan. Everyone, protect these lovely human beings. Thank you, Minaj. I definitely appreciate it.
You too, man. You too. I appreciate you being in the comment section, dude.
In the words of Keanu, for not seeing the first Matrix, whoa.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never had a fascination to watch those movies.
I got you. Fair enough.
I will at some point, but I'm not in. A bit like yourself, Ryan, with the list of stuff to watch. I'm not in
a rush.
Nah.
I try to chip away at my list, but it's tough.
Yeah, I do too. But there's other like first time watchers I'd rather watch than The Matrix.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
There's only one negative, to be honest. Okay. Not bad. Honestly, keep up the great work you're doing on your channels. Great entertainment. Well, thank you.
Thanks, man.
We've actually reached the end of the comments.
Oh.
I just wanted to say, thanks again for everybody joining in, talking about physical media and another chat in the R&M show. And we definitely are going to plan ahead for episode 3. And I like doing these. I love the support we've been getting and the chats. I mean, they're very lively and people are all playing nice, which is great. So I've been enjoying it, and this is another good show, and I appreciate everybody joining in. And yeah, man, we'll get ready to sign out. Thanks for joining again, Mike. Another episode as my cat jumps up here.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, oh man, there he is. Oh man,
this is the one that's attached to me, dude. He's literally been knocked out for 5 hours sleeping in that bed behind me. just laying down, has not moved, and now he just got up to say hi.
Oh man, you want to make an appearance? Oh, it's cute as hell, man. But no, Ryan, like it's been a pleasure, man. Like these streams have been great. Like the podcast streams have been great. It's cool meeting Zach for the first time.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I guess for you guys watching live after the fact, we've definitely got more episodes planned. We've got more guests in the work. The Movie Man's going to be joining us at some point as well. So whoever get the thumbs down, get out of here. You're not welcome here. Why are you giving a thumbs down for? Why are you coming into town to give a thumbs down? But yeah, anyway, D Movie Man's going to join us for a podcast episode as well, so that's going to be great. We're going to have guests like Jason Neil Millennial. We'll get Rashad on here as well. Rashad will be great. Anthony Perez will get on, and many of other people like Rhino, like Fox and stuff like that as well.
Oh yeah, cool. Definitely. I'm looking forward to it and doing all these different episodes. It's fun.
But yeah, one thing I'll say to you guys is, if you have any recommendations of episodes you'd like us to talk about, leave a comment down below.
Definitely.
In the live chat or the comment section, let us know. We're going to do like movie theater accuracy, movie theaters and stuff like that. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to always talk about. So yeah, any suggestions, that's great. And then yeah, appreciate everybody supporting, watching. After the fact or live, definitely appreciate it, all the support. Thank you guys so much.
Definitely, and subscribe to that man right there if you haven't already.
And that legend over there. Whoa.
Who, the cat? Is the cat got a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what I'm like with the arrows. I'm like usually like, oh them.
Oh man. Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll close out this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.